Welcome to the Thursday Night Lights High School Football Game of the Week, presented by Wendy's. We're here at Stan Grove Field in Sussex as Sussex Hamilton takes on Mukwonago. Thanks for joining us. My name is Mike McGivern. I'm with Sports Radio 1250 WSSP, and this is the 1250 pregame show. I'm joined by the two head coaches. Tonight's battle, we got Coach John D'Amato. He's from Sussex Hamilton. Bill Schulte from Mukwonago. Boys, thanks for joining me. John, let's start with you. Good win last week. It's always good to start the season with a win. How'd you guys play, and how'd you come through the game?
Oh, it was a hard-fought game, to be honest with you. It started off a little sloppy in the first half, and we grouped the kids at halftime, made some minor adjustments, but they just came out and played cleaner in the second half and was fortunate enough to come away with the W.
Excellent. Coach Schulte from Mukwonago, you guys also got a nice win last week. Always good, especially in the conferences you guys play in, to start the year with a win.
It is, and we got off to a fast start last Friday and then kind of got a little complacent once we got that early lead. But we came back in the fourth quarter and regrouped a little bit and did what we came to do, and that's run the football and ran the clock out. So I was pretty pleased with our kids on how they started and then finished. We just got to find that middle part that's going to get us through an entire game.
You bet. Hey, guys, I talked to the coaches last week, too, and I'm going to ask you the same thing. The early start, you guys are in week 2. School's not in session yet. Good, bad, how are things going for you on that, Coach?
That's the cards we've been dealt, so you just got to deal with it. It was a little tough in the beginning, when they first came out with the date, with family vacations and things like that, and, it cuts the kids' summer vacation down a week, but what are you going to do? Football's football. When it's here, the kids are ready to go.
You bet. Same thing with you, Coach?
It's got mixed results. I mean, I think for high schools with summer baseball programs, those kids don't get much of a break, and sometimes you lose some of those kids because they do think they're not getting any break in their summertime. But all in all, the positive is our kids have focused on nothing but football since we started. We need a change of pace, so we are glad school's starting up, but right now we have mixed reviews on it.
Hey, last question. You guys, the conferences that you are in, if there are tougher conferences, top to bottom, I'm not sure I could find them. To be able to play this kind of competition in non-conference really kind of gets you ready for the conference schedule, correct?
Oh, without question. I look at Bill's team, and when we first put them on the schedule 2 years ago, we had that in mind. So they get us battle-tested for the GMC, and we're looking forward to a tough match tonight.
Yeah, I agree. Same thing with you, Coach?
I agree with him totally. We look for good competition in these two games because we want to find out what we do have and then where we need to keep improving. And to have two good teams like Lake Geneva Badger and Sussex Hamilton to battle in our non-conference season is nothing but a plus for us.
Hey, guys, the last 2 years that you guys have played have been unbelievable. Great finishes. Coach Story, I know they've gotten on top. It's great finishes the last 2 years. Hopefully this year will be a great game like the last two. Get over to your teams. I really appreciate your time.
All right, thank you much. Coach, good luck today.
Hey, we're going to get to a break. Other side of the break, I'm going to send you over to Coach Dick Basham and John Weiser for the keys of the game. This is the Thursday Night Lights High School Football Game of the Week, presented by Wendy's, only on My 24.
Welcome back to Grove Field, everyone, with Dick Basham, John Weiser with you. Glad you're along tonight for our second installment of Thursday Night Lights on My 24. Big non-conference clash here between Mukwonago and Sussex Hamilton. Two teams that have really started an interesting series here over the last 3 years, Dick. The last couple of ball games have just been simply outstanding.
Well, that's right. First of all, they're two schools that have great football tradition. They got together 2 years ago and played a triple overtime game in which Hamilton won on a 43-yard field goal. And then last year, they played another great game where there was 2 touchdowns scored in the last 30 seconds. Mukwonago long pass to go ahead, and then Sussex Hamilton ran the kickoff back to go ahead, and that ended the game. So I'm looking for something similar tonight, I hope.
Two teams that really get their forte running the football, Mukwonago and Sussex Hamilton. For the Indians, it's a very good, strong tradition of running.
Well, it is. They've been an option team for many years, and this year is no exception. They have an excellent quarterback in Cody Novotny is number 9. He's a senior. Last year he was a running back, and this year he's a backup quarterback. This year he is the quarterback, and last week he led the team to a victory in their first game. He threw 3 touchdown passes. He had 70-some yards rushing and 20 carries, averaged 3.5 yards. He's an excellent student. He's an excellent leader, and I think their offense is going to go through him all year long, and if he has a good year, they'll have a good year.
Very strong defensively, this Indian team as well.
Yeah, they want to highlight Nathan Tangway tonight. He's number 76. He's a senior. He's 6'2" and 225. He's a defensive tackle. Last year he was a tight end, and he's actually the player who caught that pass that put him ahead in that game. But this year he's playing defensive line and offensive line. He's also a starter on their basketball team. A good all-around player, a great athlete. Last week he did very well against the option against Badger, and they're hoping he'll do the same thing tonight.
Hamilton, a very powerful running game coming into their tradition of running the football, but I think they've got a little bit more speed at that backfield spot.
Well, Hamilton does have speed everywhere, actually. They had an outstanding track team that last year, and they have an outstanding total program. But they're going to hang their shingle on Nick Patterson. He's a senior, about 5'10", 177 pounds. He's a two-way player. He also starts on defense at cornerback. He's a sprinter on the track team. He's a starting guard on the basketball team. And this is his second year starting in football. He and his brother at fullback are a real tough combination, and everything that Hamilton has done so far has been through them.
Very good defense as well. A very strong defense coming off that win against Plymouth last week.
Well, that's true. They've always been tough on defense out here. They're tough-minded kids. But we're going to talk about Joe Eggert, who's number 88. He's a defensive end. He's a little undersized. He's 6 feet 200, which is not small, but he's a little undersized for that position. But Coach John D'Amato says he plays big, he's tenacious, he's tough, he has great technique, and he gets good leverage on blockers that are coming at him. He had a lot of tackles last year, and he was the player of the week in their first game against Plymouth. So I think he along with his 10 buddies, are going to do a good job for Hamilton.
That's our leaderboard tonight, brought to you by Wisconsin Lutheran College, Academic Excellence, Christian Leadership. Time now for our keys to success.
Well, our keys for success for Mukwonago, I think they have to contain the Patterson boys, the two running backs, and if they do that, it'll be a good start. I think Mukwonago needs to make at least one big play on special teams. Last couple of years, I think special teams have won the game for Hamilton. I think it's Mukwonago's time to do that, and they need to complete some passes and loosen up the defense. For Hamilton, they need to contain the quarterback, Novotny. Everything goes through him. They need to disrupt Mukwonago's offensive rhythm. Option teams like to have a rhythm. And finally, they need to have some success on first down, whether it's running or passing, but they need to move the ball on first down.
It's Thursday Night Lights in Sussex. We'll have the kickoff coming up next on My 24. Welcome back to Stag Grove Field in Sussex tonight. Our Thursday Night Light matchup presented by Wendy's here on My 24, a non-conference matchup, Mukwonago and Hamilton. Time now for our national anthem tonight, performed by the Charger Marching Band under the direction of John Waite. A beautiful night for football in Waukesha County tonight. My goodness, temperatures in the 70s, just a very light breeze out of the northeast. With Dick Basham, John Weiser, and Mike McGivern with you tonight here from Grove Field in Sussex. A good crowd on hand. This is the Hamilton home opener for this season. Both teams winning last week. Hamilton knocking off Plymouth, and Mukwonago at home last week, knocking off Lake Geneva Badger. Dick, again, I think two very tough teams on one out of the Greater Metro Conference in Sussex. Hamilton, the Classic 8, well represented by Mukwonago tonight.
Well, they're both traditionally good schools as far as football is concerned, and actually their overall athletic programs for both schools on the boys and the girls sides are very good. And of course they play in two of the better conferences in the state of Wisconsin. And I think these type of games get you ready to do battle in those conferences week after week. And I know that's how the coaches feel, and when I was coaching I felt the same way.
Chargers have won the toss. They have deferred to the second half. Hamilton in the red jerseys tonight. Mukwonago wearing the all-whites with the gold socks. Coach, you love those white jerseys. They make you look about 3 inches taller and about 20 pounds heavier.
Well, I always felt that light color uniforms were always good because they do make you look a little bit bigger, and for whatever that's worth, for most kids, I suppose it doesn't matter.
Kenny Lowe will kick things off for the Chargers. Back deep to receive on the near side is Ty Belling. On the far side is Mitch Polk, number 17. And we are underway from Grove Field. And running up underneath, it'll be Belling. He'll take it at the 10. Out across the 20, penalty marker down. Breaks a tackle across the 42-yard line. But a penalty marker down as he made his cut. Joe Eggert made the tackle.
Blocking below the waist, I couldn't tell.
It was Eggert there on the tackle, but we'll take a look at the penalty call here. It'll be a block in the back, which will move the Indians back a little bit further inside their own 20.
Well, it's not a good way to start. It's going to take them back half the distance of the goal, probably to the 11-yard line, if it's a major penalty.
Offensively for the Indians, Cody Novotny, a quarterback, a senior, 6'1", 180. In the backfield, it'll be Alex Kleinschmidt at one running back. The other running back, Dan Timmers, a junior, 6'1", 171. The fullback will be Mason Madden, a junior, at 5'10", 180. Across the front, the tackles will be Logan Biney and Connor Paik. And the guards are Joe Schiesel and Evan Spitza. And the center is Nick Reed. The tight end is Tyler McKeever, and they'll throw it out on this first play to Mitch Polk, the split end. He'll make the catch across the 25 and tackled by Dan Herigas down across the 27-yard line.
Yeah, just a little hitch route, just to, I think, get in a rhythm, take the cobwebs off the quarterback, and get the receivers in the game, and it's very effective. I did notice after that kickoff that Ty Belling, the returner, was limping off the field, favoring one of his ankles. He's also a starting cornerback, so we'll have to take a look at that.
Novotny, 5 out of 6 now in the last 2 ball games, throwing the pass. 1st and 10 for Mukwonago. They'll come back near side, making the catch on the near side, McKeever, and he is drilled immediately on the play by cornerback Jake Knupel, the junior.
Same play the other way. Nothing secretive about that. But again, they're, I think, sending a message a little bit to the cornerbacks. We're going to expect you to cover. It keeps them back in.
Up front, it's Eggert, Hughes, Mickelson, and Mason. Linebackers, good crew there. Schiedemeyer, Herigas, and Zagorski. And we'll set the secondary for you here in a moment as the handoff goes to the fullback. Big hole up the middle across the 40. Busts it outside down the far sideline. With it is Timmers. Timmers across the 40 inside the 39-yard line of the Chargers. A strong run by Dan Timmers, brought down by J.J. Floor, the cornerback.
Well, that was a little counter play. He came back in motion from the wing, stopped, and then came back up the middle with the ball. Here it is right here. You can see.
Nice hole there, right up the right side.
He was in the eye. So I thought I saw him come back in motion.
Back to live action. They'll run the draw play. Big hole over the right side.
Similar play. That's a similar play, just the other way.
Kleinschmidt, the carrier. Herigas, the inside linebacker, to make the stop.
And this is what I talked about in the opening. Mukwonago is developing a rhythm here to their plays. They're duplicating plays, and they're developing a rhythm on offense, and that's what option teams like to do.
And again, we talked about it in the keys to success here. Need to stop these teams on first down. Running teams, if you limit them less than 3 yards.
Very true.
Quarterback, Novotny on the keep around the right side. Big hole, gets inside the 30, down to the 29, close to a first down before he is wrestled down there by Floor, the cornerback.
No, it's Demler. I think that's Dan Demler, number 20,
Demler?
not number 2. Yeah, I think it was.
It was Demler. You are correct. You got better eyes than I do, Coach.
Well, they're still okay. All right, 3rd and short. This is in 4-down territory. They could maybe go play action and see if they can catch him sleeping, but I doubt that they will. I think they want to get that first down.
3rd and inches here. Movement, and they'll get it by penalty. Look like they got the defense to jump the neutral zone.
All right. Might be changed up on the count. Yeah, sometimes if you go on 2 instead of 1, depending on what they've been doing, you can get them to jump and you get a free first down.
And that will be a First Bank Financial Center first down, our first down sponsor on Thursday Night Lights. First Bank Financial Center, discover the community bank difference. Our starting lineups tonight brought to you by MRZ Promotions, the Midwest's premier promotional company. Need swag? You can reach them, needswag.com. So first down by penalty, an impressive drive here to open up the ball game for the Indians down to the Charger 25-yard line. They're working off the right hash mark. Novotny under center, play action, looking to throw, wants to toss it out, complete to the far side. Polk with the catch inside the 20. Demler on the stop for Sussex Hamilton.
Well, that's the pass play they ran on the first two plays, and it's just timing. Quarterback has 3 steps, the receiver probably takes 4 and turns inside. And the ball's there, and their timing is good, and both of those receivers have good size, so they can block out almost like a basketball play and make the catch.
Gain of 6 on the play, second down 4 upcoming for the Indians. Opening drive, approaching 8.5 minutes remaining here in this first quarter. And ball loose, ball on the turf. Let's see as they scrum for it. Chargers forcing a fumble, but it looks like Mukwonago came back up with it.
They're very fortunate because they jumped Novotny right away, and the guy who made the tackle seemed to have the ball. I don't think we have a replay on that, but they were fortunate to get that ball back.
Another key third down here for the Charger defense, trying to get off the field here on this opening drive. Mukwonago overcoming a penalty on the opening kickoff, able to march it inside the 20. This will be 3rd and 4 from the 19-yard line. Out of the I formation, the tailback gets the call, and he is stopped immediately as he got to the line of scrimmage. Good work up front by the Charger defense as Timmers was knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Sneaking in on the gap that time was Schiedemeyer, the linebacker.
They gave him a little bit of a passing look with their formation compared to what they normally do. Went into the I formation with a flanker and a split end, but then they ran to the weak side, and Hamilton wasn't having anything to do with it and then really stuffed that play.
Remza, one of the better place kickers in the Greater Metro Conference, in to attempt a field goal. This will be a 37-yard attempt here from the middle of the field. He'll be going with a little bit of a breeze right to left.
Well, he made a 50-yarder the last thing he did in warm-up, so we'll see.
It's on the way, and it is no good, wide to the left. So the Charger defense able to step up, and Remza's 37-yard field goal goes wide left, and the Indians come up empty on their opening drive with just over 7 minutes to play in a scoreless ball game here in this first quarter.
Well, it just shows you that it's a lot harder to do when they're firing real bullets than in the warm-up, but he did make several very long field goals, and I'm sure he's capable of doing that, and we'll get another chance before the night's over.
Get a look at the Charger offense here when we get a moment. Matt Judson at quarterback to lead his team out. They go with a wing to the left, and the handoff. Patterson gets his way forward and across the 20 out to the 23-yard line. Sazowskis that time. Dominic Sazowskis in on the stop for the Mukwonago Indians.
Well, that's Drew Patterson, the fullback on that. Last week he had 147 yards in their opening game and 14 carries, averaging 10.5 yards. That's very good for a fullback because they always run inside between the tackles. And besides that, he's only a sophomore, so he's got some good years left ahead of him after this one.
Drew Patterson, the sophomore. Nick Patterson, number 4, in at running back. He's in motion. And they'll give it to the fullback. This is Drew Patterson up the middle, pushing the pile forward across the 27-yard line. Going to be about 3 yards shy of the first down. Tyler Ladwig, the nose guard, in on the stop for Mukwonago.
Well, it's just straight ahead football, nothing fancy about it. I think Hamilton trying to establish some dominance in the line play early. Both teams have good-sized linemen up there, and I think it's important that you find out what you can do.
The strong side would be the right side behind Cody King and Jacob Gretzinger,
right,
both returning starters from a year ago. 3rd and short here for the Chargers, and they're going to step up and throw, and Judson will tuck in underneath, can't get back to the line of scrimmage as he's driven back there by a host of Mukwonago players. Good play up that right side and that right defensive end side for Mukwonago.
Well, I think there's a mix-up in that play because the quarterback pulled up like he wanted to throw to the split end, and the split end was blocking the cornerback. So either that or he was jammed by the quarterback. It's hard to tell, but it wasn't what they had in mind. Now they're forced to punt.
Aaron Marshall will come in to punt for the Chargers. Ty Belling will drop back to receive, standing at his own 35-yard line. And they'll roll the old
Fake.
spread punt. It'll be a fake. The punter will keep it. He'll get the first down and more. Wrestled out of bounds at the 35-yard line. They catch the Indians napping that time as a gain of 7 and a first down on the fake punt. They brought down that time Aaron Nuschel, the punter, able to bring it in. Brandon Lloyd finally tackled him before he picked up the first down.
Well, that's a gutsy call, but obviously they had seen something that they scouted most likely that told them that if they lined up in a certain manner, they could do that, and certainly it was successful, easily successful. And you can't do that every time you punt, but this is a key play in the first quarter.
So the Chargers keep possession at their own 36-yard line, 1st and 10. Play action, and they'll hand it off on the wing around. This is Patterson. Nick Patterson around the far side across midfield. Patterson still on his feet down to the 30-yard line of Mukwonago. Well, they fake the handoff to the fullback and then turn around and give it to the running back, Nick Patterson, the senior, taking it down the far sideline. Barbo finally brought him down, but a big run for the Chargers.
That's the old wing T sweep, and of course Nick Patterson's got 4.6 speed, sprinter on the track team, and he was able to get the edge. He also was a fine block out there by the flanker and on the cornerback, and that really helped the play as well.
It's a strong safety, Jason Strickler, the junior, a returning starter who finally brought him down from the 30 of Mukwonago. Chargers moving the football. They'll throw with time. Pass thrown behind the intended receiver, incomplete. Looking for J.J. Floor, the split end, the senior, honorable mention all-conference a year ago.
Well, he had 24 catches last year and a couple touchdowns, and he was definitely open. Quarterback just threw it a little bit behind him. It's a timing thing, and early in the year that can happen. That'll get better as the games go on and as the quarter goes on, I think.
2nd down and 10. Clock stopped, 4:48 to play, first quarter, no score. First possession for the Chargers. They keep the drive going on the fake punt, converted for a first down. And the handoff goes to the fullback, Patterson, and he is buried right at the line of scrimmage. Cameron Groves, the inside linebacker, a junior, there on the stop.
And that's a straight give to the fullback, nothing fancy. Again, trying to establish the middle. That sets up the quarterback keep and the option pitch on the down the way if they want to do that.
3rd and 7 upcoming for the Chargers. Judson bringing the play in from the sideline. John D'Amato in his 8th year as head coach here for the Hamilton Chargers.
Well, John is one of the better young coaches in the Greater Metro Conference. He's had his team in the playoffs several times.
Split out here the near side. Pass is tipped and knocked down, incomplete.
Nathan Tangway.
Yeah, Tangway, the fine defensive tackle, able to get his hand up and knock that one away.
Well, that's a 6'5" defensive tackle against a 5'9" quarterback, and that's not a good matchup for Hamilton in that situation. I think they maybe need to roll him out a little bit and get him away from those tall linemen.
Well, one of those decisions here, too close to punt, too far to commit the field goal unit on, so.
Well, you call your a play that you think can get you that 7 or 8 yards, and if you don't, you're still in decent field position.
Drew Patterson, the fullback, in the backfield. They'll fake to him. They'll bring it around on the end of Floor. Floor coming around the near side, going to be stopped short of the first down at the 25-yard line. Tangway again there to make the stop. And the Chargers give it up on downs with exactly 4 minutes to go here in this first quarter.
Well, Floor's got really good speed, and they brought him back on a sweep-type play to take advantage of his speed, and they had the formation overloaded in that direction. But Mukwonago flowed to the ball very well and contained the play.
We'll take a break. We're in a scoreless first quarter from Sussex Hamilton High School.
Hey, welcome back. I'm here with Jim Brandt. He's the VP of Adult and Graduate Studies at Wisconsin Lutheran College. Jim, thanks for joining us. Tell us a little bit about what's new at Wisconsin Lutheran College.
Well, Mike, it's just an exciting time at the college right now. We're enjoying a record enrollment on campus. We are offering several new areas of study, and we've got a growing adult and graduate studies program that offers degrees both online and on campus.
Hey, thanks for getting involved again this year in Thursday Night Lights. Can you tell me a little bit about why you guys are involved in this program?
It's just a great opportunity for us to get involved in our community while getting to know students and their parents and telling people about the college.
Excellent. Last question for you. Tell me a little bit about your adult and graduate studies program at WLC.
Sure. We offer a Master of Arts in Education, an accelerated degree completion program in business management, and we offer classes both online and on campus. And people can learn more at WLCdegrees.com.
Excellent. Thanks a lot for stopping by.
Mike McGibbon, our third member of our crew tonight from WSSP Sports Radio 1250. We thank him. You'll be hearing from him throughout our broadcast tonight. Short gain on the play by Mason Madden, the fullback that time. 2nd down and 7 upcoming for Mukwonago. Their second possession. They hand it off. This is Timmers coming around the right side across the 35 and spilled down, getting enough for the first down.
And that was that counter play again where the wingback comes back in motion to the I position, and then they run back to that side where he came in motion. That was Chase Gorse, I think, his first carry tonight.
Let's get a look at it here. Yep, indeed it is Gorse trying to go around the right side. And he'll get enough for the first down. Not too bad. You get your first carry, you pick up a first down. Coach has got to love that.
This is Chase's first chance to play this year. He's coming off a mild concussion. Looks like he's ready to go and going to be a big help tonight.
1st and 10 Indians from their own 37-yard line. Novotny rolling right. Being chased. Going to dump it out. Gets it in somehow. Got it through the defender floor. And it's caught out there on the far side by Polk. Mitch Polk, the senior split end, 6'1", 165. And Novotny did a great job getting it past the corner that time and floor.
Well, that play was a good play to start out with. Because they got the corner right away. Hamilton did not force the quarterback to pull up and throw, and he got the edge, and that puts the pressure on the cornerback. Here you can see it right here. Just snuck that in there, too.
Yep. He had that right hand there, just got it through that quickly. Polk with a nice catch. First down, Mukwonago. They'll run the option, and they'll pitch. Goes back to the far side. With it is Gorse. Gorse around the near side across the 35 and out of bounds at the 32-yard line of the Chargers. Ushering him out that time was Dan Harigas, the senior linebacker for the Chargers.
Now, again, you can see both teams have speed on offense, and they were able to get the corner on this option right here, and pitches just at time. And whoever was responsible for that pitch, we got a little bit outflanked in that very successful play. They're moving down the field very quickly here.
And Novotny under center. Man in motion. Penalty marker down. Play whistle dead. It's our third penalty of the ball game tonight. We had a boatload of penalties last week.
Yes, we did. Hopefully they've cleaned, these two teams have cleaned it up a little bit. So procedure penalty, that can happen early in the year when you're still trying to get the snap count, everybody on the same page on that.
So a 5-yard walk-off makes it 1st and 15. So you get a look at Coach Bill Schulte, 19 years coaching, 6 years as a head coach at Mukwonago, taking over for the great Keith Hensler and the fine program that he established out in Mukwonago. Pressure on, Novotny going to go down. Back at the 45-yard line. There'll be a loss of 12 on the play as Novotny sacked on the play that time. It was Harigas, I believe, who got in there, along with Mickelson.
Well, Joe Mickelson made an excellent play. He's the guy who was not able to contain the quarterback a couple plays back. But on this one here, you can see he gets outside there. You can see right there, number 40, and he makes sure the quarterback stays inside, and then he has help, and it's much more difficult to throw. So an excellent recovery by Mickelson on that play.
2nd and 22. This time the give. And around the near side. Stopped immediately at the line of scrimmage. Again, a lot of motion back there, but one coming up with a fake is Kleinschmidt on the carry. A very good receiver as well. I believe Mitch Mason on the stop.
Well, that's that same little counter action where the wingback comes back in motion, stops behind the fullback, and then takes the handoff and comes back to the spot that he left to go in motion. So in this case, he came from the left and came back to the left.
Want to remind you that Thursday Night Lights is available streaming live online. Log on to my24milwaukee.com and click on the TNL link. You can also find our complete game schedule, watch archive videos of our games, even post your own photos on my24milwaukee.com. Novotny looking to pass. Now steps up on the run and going to go down at the 41-yard line. Great job again by Mitch Mason, the defensive end, able to hang on to Novotny and finally wrestle him down well short of the first down. And what looked like a promising drive comes to an end here for Mukwonago.
That's a real nice defensive stand. Here you can see they flushed him out of the pocket, and Mason stays in his lane and is in position to make the play.
Floor and Patterson to receive the punt
Nice
by
punt.
Polk. And a nice high floating kick. It'll bounce into the end zone for the automatic touchback. We're scoreless here late in this first quarter on a gorgeous night for football on this Thursday Night Light, sponsored by Wendy's here on My 24.
I think what we've seen so far that we have a pretty even match here. Both teams have had a chance to scout each other. You don't have much chance to scout in that first game of the year, but the second game, you've seen the team you're playing in a scrimmage, and you've seen them play their first game, and so you have a little more information and maybe can prepare a game plan a little bit better. And both of these coaches have done that, and it'll be interesting to see how this pans out here, if somebody can find a way to crack the code, as we say.
Judson in under center. Drew Patterson, the fullback. And Judson will keep trying to go around the left side. Nothing doing. Nathan Tangway, a returning starter, 76, the defensive tackle, able to come in and make the play for the Indians. And that should run out the clock here in this first quarter.
Well, Coach Schulte, during the week when I talked to him, said that Tangway had a really good game against Badger, doing exactly that thing. That same thing with the quarterback.
Our first quarter comes to an end here at Grove Field in Sussex. A scoreless ball game, Mukwonago and Sussex Hamilton. Thursday Night Lights presented by Wendy's on My 24.
20 minutes to play that quarter.
Hey guys, listen to the offensive line coach, Sussex Hamilton, at the break. They're trying to locate 48. Quaglieri, the inside linebacker for Mukwonago, they're trying to chip the defensive lineman and then get to number 48 and see if they can't ride him out of the play. That's their goal.
Good job, Mike. Mike McGivern on the sideline here tonight. Dick Basham, John Weiser with you. Quarter number 2. In a scoreless ball game. Hamilton with the ball, 2nd and 9, going right to left. And coming around the far side, over the right side, across the 25, out to the short of the 30. On the carry that time, that was Corey Paris. His first carry tonight brought down by Suzauskas. Good play there by Suzauskas to bring him down up high, short of the first down, sets up a 3rd and 1.
This is an important play. They don't really want to punt it back right away, so this is very important.
They'll go with a quick count, trying to fight forward for that first down across the 30. They needed it just short of the 31-yard line.
I think he got it, but not by much.
And that's all they needed, just falling forward. Tyler Ladwig, I believe, there to make the... Check that. Tyler Ladwig, indeed, on the tackle. Thursday Night Lights presented by Wendy's here tonight. So 1st and 10 for the Chargers, their own 31-yard line. Penalty marker down. I think we had 2 men in motion there as the handoff goes to Nick Patterson around the near side. Cross midfield, breaks a tackle. Down inside the 40, down to the 38-yard line, but this will be coming back. I think Patterson and the split end here on the near side, both were in motion at the same time. Once again, Suzauskas downfield to make the tackle.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because that was a very nice run by Nick Patterson. You can see that he has speed to get to the outside, and unfortunately that'll be brought back into that 1st and 15.
Well, they've always had a very good running attack. You go back to last year, Aaron Clinton Earl, over 1,300 yards, 21 touchdowns rushing the football for Hamilton. Let's head back downstairs. Mike, what do you got?
On the other side of the field, Coach Bill Schulte is talking to the offensive linemen, and he's saying, look, boys, we're bigger and we're stronger. They're going to ground and pound for this quarter. They're going to try to get the ball outside a little bit, and he keeps talking, look, keep hitting, and certainly by the middle of the 3rd quarter, they think they're going to wear down the smaller line for Sussex Hamilton.
1st and 15 following the motion penalty for the Chargers. Ball back at the 26-yard line. And the handoff goes to the fullback, Drew Patterson, sophomore, 5'11", 193. Able to pound his way through the middle. Ladwig, the nose guard, there to make the stop for Mukwonago.
Again, nothing fancy, just taking advantage of knowing the snap count and getting off the ball and trying to get that penalty back. So they got 4 of the 5 yards back. I think they're going to have to put the ball in the air here, though, in order to get that first down.
Second, we'll call it 11. We're early in the second quarter, scoreless between Mukwonago and Hamilton. Hamilton with the football, man in motion to the near side. Patterson, Judson fumbles the ball, now picks it up, nowhere to go. Breaks out of that tackle, and then is met and driven down shy of the 30-yard line. Tyler Belling and Tyler Ladwig able to make the play there. Now officials going to stop the play. Mukwonago going to take a timeout here, Coach. Interesting call here by Bill Schulte to burn a timeout.
Evidently he saw something that he didn't like, or he wants to make sure that everybody's on the same page. You have them at 13 and third and 14 to go here. You don't want to let them out of this situation. You have a chance to gain some field position, which when you're a running team like Mukwonago is, field position is very important. You want to start as close to the goal line as you can.
He's talking to his defense right now, get them established here. Yep, that is Bill Schulte right there.
First of all, you don't want to jump offside and give them 5 yards and then give them a better chance. So everybody's paying attention, watching the ball.
Indians 5-5 a year ago, tied for third in the Classic 8. They lost to Middleton in the Level 1 playoffs a year ago.
Right. And that was the first
John
time
D'Amato right there.
Yeah, that was the first time they had been in the playoffs for a couple of years. And I know they liked it. It's nice cherry at the end of the season on top of the Sunday, and they're hoping to do the same thing again this year.
Just under 10 minutes to go here in this first half, and a big third down here for the Chargers. 3rd and 14, as Judson will get them set at the line. Swing the tight end over to the left side. They'll have a wing here on the near side. Man in motion is Patterson. He'll get the pitch. This is the running back. Patterson cuts it back at the hash across the 30 and just short of the 35-yard line before he is drilled and dropped there by the Mukwonago defense. Well short of the first down. Once again, Ladwig and Tangway up front defensively, able to make the stop for the Indians.
Well, they put their strength into the sideline, then they shifted the tight end over and then brought Patterson in motion and tossed him the ball to the wide side of the field. But Mukwonago has got a chance to scout that, and we're ready for it.
Aaron Muschel going to do the punting here.
He's not very far behind the line of scrimmage. Now he backs up a little bit. A chance to get the punt blocked.
They had a successful fake punt, kept their first drive alive in that first quarter. Gets a good snap.
Kick.
And he'll just try and get rid of it and then over end.
Get a roll.
That will roll inside the 30. And it hit a Mukwonago player. The Chargers will pick it up. And it should be Charger ball at the Mukwonago 26-yard line. Wow. Unfortunate circumstance there for the Indians. The blocker trying to keep off the gunner on that far side.
Well, that was Mitch Polk, and he was down there blocking.
And it just rolled right up his left leg.
Just doing his job, and the ball happened to be right behind him, and the defensive back pushed him into the ball. And in high school football, if you touch it like that, it then becomes a free ball and can be recovered by the kicking team. And that's exactly what happened. Here it is right here. You'll see him. See, he's just blocking, and it hits him in the leg. And there's the, and I'm sure that Hamilton is coached that can happen and to look for it, and they were ready for it.
So Chargers on the second time tonight on the punt, able to keep the drive alive. At the Mukwonago 26-yard line, Patterson again gets the carry. Big hole left side, penalty marker down. Patterson inside the 10, finishes off the run at the 5. Another marker down at the 10-yard line. We may have multiple penalties here on the offense. Let's see.
I think the first one's going to be holding, which would probably be the one they'll enforce because that'll be the bigger penalty.
Strong safety Jason Strickler finally able to put Patterson out of bounds at the 5-yard line, but a penalty marker from the backfield and one at the line of scrimmage.
The best thing Hamilton can help for would be offsetting penalties and get the play over. No, it's going to be holding, and it's going to go back 10 yards from the spot. Well, 2 holding penalties. Only enforce one of them.
Well, Coach D'Amato can't be pleased there. As double holding call here.
You can see the play right here.
I think we missed the second holding call that was out there by the split end.
Right,
I think Floor may have got tangled up with the free safety.
Right.
So they'll enforce the line of scrimmage foul, and they'll move the football back to the 36-yard line of the Indians. So it'll face a first and 20 here for the Chargers.
They're inside the 40-yard line, so they could take 4 downs here. That gives them a much better chance of getting the first down, or at least getting close enough to kick a field goal.
Judson in under center. Sends a man in motion far side. They'll hand it off. Patterson again inside the 30, spinning to the 25-yard line before he is brought down there. Jordan Remza, the cornerback, a senior, able to make the stop for Mukwonago. Gain of about 10 on the play.
That's a nice call because you have float to the wide side of the field. And here you see him coming back on the inside. Nice hole there. He's got a little stutter step. He gets the extra yards after he gets hit. And they did get they got about half the yardage back. So, now they're more on schedule because they have 3 downs to get this last 9 yards.
Floor the split end to the right side. They'll line up the tight end here on the near side, along with Corey Paris, the other running back. And this time it's the fullback, Drew Patterson, on the carry, the sophomore. Gain of about a yard down to about the 25-yard line. Cameron Groves, the inside linebacker junior, there to make the stop for Mukwonago.
Well, Hamilton's finding they're going a little bit harder for this week for the fullback than last week. Mukwonago's got some good-sized people on the defensive line up there, and it's not as easy to move them out. But they have to keep running that play because that keeps the defense honest and allows them to get to the outside.
Another critical third down here tonight for the Chargers. Floor split to the right along with Patterson. Drew Patterson, the lone running back in the backfield behind Judson. And Judson rolling right, looks to throw, steps up, delivers complete to Patterson, taking a tackler with him inside the 20, down to the 19-yard line.
Well, that time they did the same thing as they did a few downs back. They took the tight end and switched him over to the weak side and brought the back in motion and then ran the fullback back to where all those people left. There he is right there in the flat. Pretty well covered, but it's also a very good throw and an effective play. Now they have 4th and 2, and they're going to go for it.
Good open field tackle by the senior linebacker Joe Quaglieri. 5'10", 190 for Mukwonago. So 4th and short here. 4th, we'll call it 2. Full house backfield across the back line with Judson at quarterback. He will give Patterson, stutter step, spinning, gets the first down inside the 15, down to the 14. That little 360 at the line of scrimmage, enough for the first down. Brandon Lloyd able to wrap him up.
Well, they took their other 2 backs out and left Nick Patterson in. He brought in 2 blockers, lined up in an inverted wishbone formation, and just handed it to their best back and said, get it for us, and he did.
Patterson is senior, 5'10", 177, second team all-conference a year ago. A rare 4-sport athlete for Hamilton.
Got to give Cody King and Jacob Gretzinger and Tony Gruman credit for opening the hole there.
Judson, the cornerback, up the middle inside the 10, wrestled down from behind. It was Tangway again, perhaps, that was in on that stop.
I think so. Now you can see Hamilton's getting into a little rhythm here.
Maybe Jordan Davis spelling Tangway there, able to get the stop. Judson is senior cornerback. 2 for 5 last week for 34 yards and a touchdown as we take a look at it.
Take a look at it here.
Just fake the dive to the fullback and just run it up the middle.
That was Jordan Davis for sure.
Second down, we'll call it 4. And the give coming around the near side. Patterson trying to get a block to the 10, to the 5, to the pylon. Touchdown, Chargers. Oh, what a run by Nick Patterson, the senior. It was all him on that play. Once he got it inside the 5, not to be denied, finished it off for the touchdown, and the Chargers take the early 6-0 lead.
Well, you're exactly right, John. Once he got outside, he had no more blockers, and he was able to outrun and outmaneuver whatever was left and put that ball in the end zone. That was an excellent run.
So the Chargers strike first midway through our second quarter. Kenny Lowe on to kick the extra point. Matt Judson, the quarterback, on the hold. A good snap, ball down, kick on the way, and it is good. 7-0 Hamilton on an impressive drive, kept alive on 4th down by that punt that, unfortunately for Mukwonago, rolled right up the leg of Mitch Polk. And the Chargers able to capitalize and punch it in for 7.
Well, that was really unfortunate because Nick Polk didn't do anything wrong. He just got caught in a situation.
Midway through our second quarter, we will step out. Thursday Night Lights in Sussex, presented by Wendy's on My 24.
Hey guys, I'm here with Dan Dodens. He's from Gordy Boucher, Menominee Falls location. He's in sales and leasing. Hey Dan, first of all, it's good to see you again.
Thank you very much. Good to be here.
Excellent. What's going on? Tell us some new incentives over at Gordy Boucher.
From 0% buy now or lease a car. The rates are great. The leasing's great. Percentage rates. Everything is going great for cars right now.
Excellent. Thank you very much. We'll get back up to the booth.
Mike, thank you very much. An 8-yard touchdown run by Nick Patterson, and the Hamilton Chargers with the early 7-0 lead. Back deep for Mukwonago. It'll be Polk and Belling. Polk on the near side. And the kick will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's take a look at that touchdown run by Patterson. What a nice run by the senior.
Well, you can see here when he gets, he's coming to the right of the screen. He goes out of the picture, but right there, he gets outside that block, and now he's all by himself. And makes that a nice little spin step into the end zone.
And he had 3 Indians defenders there that had the sideline covered, and he had the presence of mind to plant the left foot, cut it back toward that hash mark.
That's it. I mean, he's a senior. He actually played a few downs as a sophomore, but really started last year. And that's the kind of experience, things you don't teach. Yeah, it comes with experience.
Kickoff going out of bounds will put the ball at the 35-yard line for the Indians. 1st and 10, Mukwonago. Penalty marker down. Novotny going to throw it up, looking for Polk here on the near side. Well overthrown. Incomplete. We'll check out the penalty call.
Might have been the wide receiver. Polk might have moved.
We talked about Novotny last week. 4 for 5, 151 yards. 3 of those 4 completions went for touchdowns. It will be a motion call against the Indians. And if you're Bill Schulte on that far sideline, you've got to be upset with these types of penalties. These are mental penalties, not the physical mistakes.
Well, in fact, he's actually talking to the official on the other side in a very animated way, so he might have very perceptive. I don't think you saw that, but that's what was going on while you were saying that.
Our Wendy's Real Fan Cam presented tonight by Wendy's. Wendy's, you know when it's real. The student body well represented. Shirtless bodies up there from the students.
Right.
Handoff on the far side.
That's that counter play again. It's been very effective. It's averaging 5 or 6 yards a carry. You got to keep going to it, and obviously it's a play that they like and run very well.
Zagorski with the stop on the run that time. First carry of the night by Tyler Wozni. Wozni, wide receiver, running back, a junior, 6 foot 175 for the Indians. Gets the 5 yards back from that penalty, and now we've got a stoppage of play. Mukwonago will take their second timeout of the half. Stopping the play with 4:32 remaining, trailing by 7. Well, Coach, an evenly matched game here tonight. We said it was going to be a tough, hard-fought battle, and so far it's lived up to its billing here through the first half.
Yeah, both teams have shown that they can move the ball on offense. Their defenses are both solid. I think the difference right now is the breaks in the game have gone to Hamilton. One they made themselves with the fake punt, and the other one was created in a punting situation by smart play by them and a situation where a receiver didn't do anything wrong but ended up being victimized by the ball. So it's a long ways to go, and more things are going to happen. So I think Bill Schulte's doing the best he can to keep his guys focused on the job at hand. They're only down 1 score.
There's Dan Timmer's numbers for the night. A couple of carries, 31 yards on our leaderboard tonight, brought to you by Wisconsin Lutheran College. Academic excellence, Christian leadership. Timmer's the junior, 6 foot 171. 37 yards last week in the win over Lake Geneva Badger.
See if we see anything different here.
5 yards on that last pickup sets up 2nd and 10 here for Mukwonago, and they'll give it to the fullback, and he'll bust his way up the middle before he is stood up by the heart of that Charger defense, led by Zagorski, once again the linebacker for Sussex Hamilton.
What they did do, they did do something different. They brought the tight end over on the same side as the split end with a little bit of an unbalanced look, and that's the first time I've noticed that tonight. You can't see that in the picture yet.
Mason Madden, the junior, on the carry.
You can also see the number of red jerseys there pushing that pile back, so that's a sign of a good defense.
Now 3rd and long here for the Indians. The ball just short of the 38-yard line. Receiver in motion. Novotny had problems with the snap. Now gets it, and he's going to be sacked back at the 36-yard line. Going to lose 4 on the play. I see Mitch Mason on the bottom of that pile, the defensive end, and also Matt Hughes, the defensive tackle for the Chargers.
Well, one thing Hamilton does is they run to the ball very well, and that play was doomed at the beginning because they lost the timing with the quarterback, and they were able to regroup and make the play right here. And you can see him trying to recover from the play. Again, there's at least 5 red shirts there before he hits the ground.
Low punt.
Oh, he got lucky
and
there.
They got lucky there as his knee was not down, and on the run, Polk coming around the far side, going to be dumped at the 39-yard line. Beautiful open field tackle that time by the Chargers, and it was Zagorski again on special teams. Aaron Zagorski with the special team play.
Well, 2 things happened there. First of all, it was a low snap, and he put his knee down to pick it up, but he wasn't able to get the handle. If he had, it would have been dead right there. He picked the ball up and started to run. He could have stopped and punted it, but evidently he felt he'd get the first down, and another big break for Hamilton in special teams.
3:09 to go here in the half. 7-0 Chargers lead. Handed a golden opportunity at the Mukwonago 39-yard line. Judson in under center. Will send Paris in motion, drops back, wants it all. Going down the far sideline, man there, leaping grab, out of bounds. Patterson, the running back, with a leaping grab, but could not keep his feet in bounds, walking that far sideline.
Well, that's a nice play. I actually saw them running that play in practice during the week, and it was very effective in practice. And I think it was the field was a little crowded over there. He didn't have quite enough room to keep his feet in bounds. But that's a back out of the backfield, and he's being covered by a linebacker, and that's a mismatch.
Yeah, he beat the linebacker that time, Cullen Groves, the junior, 5'10", 155. Got a couple of steps on Groves that time. 2nd down, 10 for Hamilton. And Patterson trying to come around the left side with room inside the 35 and brought down short of the 31-yard line. Remza was there, also 74. Mukwonago's defense there as we get a look at the last run here by Patterson, the senior.
Like Berg.
Again, getting free on that left side. They have found something running through that left side.
Well, you can just see that Patterson's he got those quick feet. He does a jump, what's called a basketball jump stop, and then he just runs out of the tackle.
Paris in motion. Judson will keep big hole up the middle inside the 25 down to the 22-yard line. Judson, the quarterback, finding something up the middle, going behind Hamuda, the center, for the big gain. Groves able to bring him down.
Well, there's a play. They've been running the fullback up the middle, and I said earlier they weren't getting a lot of yardage with that this week, but they have to do that because it sets up the next play, and there's the next play right there. They fake the handoff, the quarterback keeps it and follows, calls a quarterback follow, and follows right through the line and got a first down.
Another first down tonight. And that's Patterson again. Stutter steps his way inside the 20. Still on his feet to the 10. Moves the pile to the 9-yard line. A good 13-yard run. Able to finish it off nicely is Patterson, the senior running back.
Well, he's got good speed, of course, and he cuts back nicely. Then he gets his pads down and is able to deflect the tacklers and get another 5 yards after he got hit.
Groves taking the worst of that one there.
Here comes a replay right here. You can see he's going to cut back, go back to his right, sidesteps the tackle there. He got at least almost 10 yards after the first hit, and that's a sign of a really great back. 1st and goal from the 8.
Patterson on the toss, cuts it at the hash, inside the 5, still moving, touchdown Chargers. Nick Patterson, 2nd touchdown of the night, another 8-yard run, and the Chargers increase the lead, 13-0. Ran right over Siskowskis that time on that right defensive end position.
Well, Hamilton is twitching their tight end over after the line, and they're getting a numbers advantage on the side of the play there, and that was just a toss, but a similar run to the play before.
Low for the extra point. Good snap. It is on the way, and it is good. 14-0 Sussex Hamilton. A minute 20 to go here in this first half as we get another look at the second touchdown run of the night by Patterson.
Right here, just tosses out to Nick Patterson. You see a lot of opening there. He gets the last few yards on his own by pushing the pile into the end zone. And he's 170 pounds, but he's strong, and he has a good forward lean, and that makes the difference.
We talked about it. He's one of the few four-sport athletes in high school, and
exactly.
he's a track, basketball, football.
I think he probably plays baseball in the summer. What else could he play? You know?
Exactly, but a 4x100, 4x200, and a 4.640, and that's that speed we talked about at the beginning of the broadcast.
Exactly.
Nick Patterson, 2 touchdowns tonight as his Hamilton Chargers leading Mukwonago 14-0. Third straight year these two teams have tangled in week 2.
I think Nick needs to do a little bit better job in the classroom. He's only got a 3.9.
Well, when you're a four-sport athlete, you only have so much time for homework, right?
Right, we'll cut him some slack there, yeah.
Bill Schulte on that far sideline for Mukwonago, not happy right now. Schulte, that entire family getting involved. His wife Shannon, the head boys soccer coach at Mukwonago for the past 11 years.
I think one thing I noticed as we stand up here, this field is in great shape. It's a very nice facility here. Our kudos to Kevin Shines, who's the groundskeeper here, who's got this in perfect condition.
Polk with the run up across the 20, big hole up the middle. Polk across the 40, and Russell down at his own 45. Penalty marker down. Going to be a face mask, going to tack some more yardage onto that play.
Well, that's just what the doctor ordered from Mukwonago. They needed a play to get some field position and get some momentum back here because they've lost it all with 2 miscues on special teams.
41-yard return, and they're going to add more onto that as he was brought down by the face mask that time. It looked like Eggert was the tackle.
Well, I said in one of the keys of the game that Mukwonago needed to make a big play on special teams. I'll say that's a good play. It wasn't as big enough yet. They need something where they can be a game changer.
Got it. Minute 28 inning. They have 1 timeout. They'll move the football to the Charger 40-yard line. Mitch Polk, the senior, with a nice return for the Indians.
Well, I'm sure they probably worked on this situation where you have 2 minutes to go and a couple timeouts. And try to get the ball to the end zone.
Novotny out of shotgun. Direct snap this time, though, goes to the fullback, Mason, or Mason Madden, I should say.
Kind of a wildcat situation there.
A little bit of a wildcat look for the first time tonight. Aaron Muschel, the free safety there to make the stop, gain of about 5. Clock rolling here with a minute remaining in this first half. Novotny rolling right. Steps up, fires, incomplete, but good pressure that time as he stepped in to the defender who was coming in on the play, and that was Joel Mickelson, the junior.
He had Mitch Polk on the sideline, but he just missed the throw, and that does stop the clock, give him a chance to reorganize a little bit. And now they're getting a little short on downs. They got 2 downs to get 5 yards here, and they need to do that if they're going to keep it going.
Gorse in for Timmers. He'll bring the play in for Mukwonago. 3rd down and 5. The ball spotted just short of the Charger 35-yard line.
Well, Tyler McKeever had 2 touchdowns last week, and he hasn't seen the ball tonight. Let's see if they go to him.
Play action. Protection breaks down, and down goes Novotny. Once again, Joe Eggert, the defensive end, with penetration, sacks Novotny back at the 42-yard line, a loss of 7.
Well, that's the guy we talked about in the pregame, that he's a tough defense, makes plays. But Novotny was looking for McKeever in the flat, and he had him wide open, but he could not set his feet and throw the ball, and there's the reason why right there.
Great defensive effort tonight by the Chargers all the way around.
Big players make big plays in big situations, and that was one of them right there.
Coach calls him tough and strong, plays bigger than his 6-foot frame.
You got it.
Well, 4th down and 11, and it'll be a delay of game here on Mukwonago. trying to run as much time off as they can, stopping the clock with 7 seconds to go here in the half, and they're just looking to get in and regroup.
Yeah. I mean, this game is not over by any means. They just need to get their act together a little bit better. They've met the enemy, and it seems to be them right now. They need to shake that off and come back.
Now, if you're the Chargers, do you want somebody back? Do you want to max out on the rush here on the punt, or try and get a block on special teams here?
Well, they have a good snapper. Polk is a tall punter, so I don't know.
So they'll mark off 5 yards on the delay of game. There was some question as whether or not the Chargers would accept the penalty, and they did. They'll put Patterson back deep, along with J.J. Floor, as Polk will get a good snap and a high spiraling kick. Good punt. Great punt. They'll get a it'll roll into the end zone for the touchback.
That punt was almost 60 yards in the air. That was a great kick.
Clock showing 0, so our first half coming to an end here at Hamilton High School in Sussex, with the homestanding Chargers shutting out the Mukwonago Indians through one half of play, 14-0. And it was Nick Patterson, his big playability with the 2 touchdowns in that first half for the Chargers.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's the Nick Patterson show.
Let's go down to Mike McGivern.
Hey guys, I'm here with John D'Amato, head coach Sussex Hamilton. Nick Patterson's every bit as good as you told me he was, Coach.
As up front blocking for him, though, but he's a nifty back, gets some hard yards, and we're looking for more of that in the second half.
No doubt, 14-0. You guys got to be awfully happy with the first half. That's a big team. They're trying to wear you guys down. You guys are awfully quick. Second half, you guys are going to do pretty much the same stuff you do in the first half.
Yeah, we're gonna have some wrinkles that we're gonna change a couple things, but I like how we're getting after the football on defense. The guys are crowding the football, and we just need these nice sustained drives to keep their offense off the field. They're a great football team. We know that going in, so we're just gonna try to sustain the football and come out here with a victory.
Excellent. Hey, head to your team. Hey, we're gonna get to a break. Other side of the break, back up to the booth. John Weiser and Dick Basham.
Halftime here at Hamilton High School in Sussex, 14-0. The homestanding Chargers on top of the Mukwonago Indians. Classic 8 versus Greater Metro here tonight, and so far the GMC pulling ahead here through one half of play in what has been an exciting ball game. Special teams playing a role in that second touchdown here of the night. The unfortunate bounce that went the Charger way. If you're a Charger fan, you got to appreciate that. But again, when you've got evenly matched teams, that special teams becomes that third offensive unit for you.
I think there's 2 things that you can say about the first half. Hamilton has executed their offense much better, and Mukwonago has had trouble doing. They've been pressured by Hamilton's defense, and then the special teams, as I said at the beginning of the telecast, that Mukwonago needed to make a play on special teams. They haven't been able to do that, and Hamilton has.
Right now, let's like to highlight some very special students. The Boucher Automotive, proud to bring you tonight's presentation of our Scholar Athlete of the Week. And there you have Rebecca Monzingo, marketing manager at Boucher Automotive, presented our Scholar Athlete of the Week award to Connor Paik from Mukwonago High School. Connor, a 3.86 GPA, is ranked 22nd in his class. He participates in football and tennis and was selected as team captain in both sports. Connor volunteers his time with a local youth football program and is active in the M Club at school. And Rebecca also presented a Scholar Athlete of the Week award to Hamilton Chargers, Nick Patterson from Hamilton High School. Nick has a 3.8 GPA and participates in football, basketball, track, and baseball. He was chosen as captain in both basketball and football, was second team all-conference selection in football last season, and was a state track qualifier in the 4x200 this past season. Tonight's Scholar Athlete will be in the running to receive a $5,000 scholarship courtesy of Boucher Automotive. One of our weekly Scholar Athletes will be chosen to receive that award at the end of the season. And once again, thank you very much to Boucher. Patterson tonight, incidentally, 9 carries, 90 yards, and 2 touchdowns for the Chargers.
You know, taking a look at Connor Paik there, I notice he's a tennis player at 6'5" and 240. When he goes to the net, I bet you pay attention, don't you?
You wouldn't want to see him jump over that net, would you?
Well, I'd like to see him jump over the net. Let's see if he can do it.
Well, you're Mukwonago here. You're talking things over, Coach. You're still in the ball game, but now the strategy has to change a little bit because you're going to have to open things up here in the second half.
They have to do a better job of executing their offense, and the blocking up front. They're getting too much pressure on Novotny. He can't get his feet set to make throws. He's got two really good receivers at the ends, and then he's got backs out of the backfield that he can throw to. But if you don't have time to throw it doesn't really matter.
They give a better job up front, and the line's got to give them a little bit more time and open up some holes for those running backs. They had it going early, but maybe give credit to the defense because you also have to scheme and change your game plan a little bit. And the Charger defense real quick to the football here in that first half.
Well, Mukwonago got in trouble when they had to go in 4-down territory. It's a little tough to stop Hamilton when they have 4 downs to get a first down. When they had them backed up on the other side of the 50-yard line, they were much better defense. That also limits what Hamilton can do, and I think if we can get some field position for Mukwonago, they execute their offense, then we can get this game evened up a little bit better.
Third member of our crew is Mike McGivern from WSSP Sports Radio 1250. He is down on the sideline.
So, guys, First Bank Financial Center, you always hear, guys, bankers might be a little boring. These boys are anything but boring. Let me introduce them real quick. Bill Cash. Bill Cash. It's a great name. Branch manager, Heartland office, Kevin Wolf, a heck of an umpire in baseball, by the way. Market development officer, and Brian Arndt, home lender. Kevin, let's start with you. First and foremost, thanks so much for being involved in Thursday Night Lights again this year. Give us a reason why First Bank Financial Center is back involved with this.
Well, first of all, thank you for allowing us to be a part of Thursday Night Lights series. We appreciate it very much. We have been in business for about 150 years at First Bank Financial Center, and volunteerism is very important to us, as well as being linked into the communities. We service the communities of Oconomowoc, Heartland, Hartford, Menominee Falls, Germantown, and West Bend. And in 2012, we'll be in Grafton, so look for us there as well.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Brian, let's talk a little bit about First Bank Financial Center. I know that you guys are known as a community bank, and that's something you guys are very proud of. Tell us a little bit more about the bank itself and what you guys, some of the things you guys get involved in.
Well, the bank is a full-service bank. We handle everything from checking, savings, business accounts, mortgage lending, so we pretty much take care of it all for the family. We want to be known as the family bank.
Excellent. Last question. Bill Cash, was there ever a doubt in what you were going to do in your life with a last name like Cash?
Not according to my parents. No, you can ask them.
No doubt. I want to thank you guys for being involved again. I really appreciate it. First Bank Financial Center is certainly a community bank. Let's get to a break. Other side of the break, we'll get back to the booth with John Weiser and with Coach Dick Basham.
Halftime at Grove Field, the homestanding Chargers over the Indians of Mukwonago 14-0. A halftime treat tonight, the Charger Marching Band under the directorship of John Waite. Let's listen in. Great job by the Charger Band here tonight. Charger Marching Band under the directorship of John Waite. And they're coming off band camp this week here in Hamilton.
It's really good to see so many kids involved, not just the players, but they got the cheerleaders, they got the dance team, they got the band. They must have, I'd say, 250, 300 kids involved in this game tonight in some way. That's really good.
14-0 Chargers with the lead as we take a look at some of the first half highlights. First play from scrimmage, a big play to Polk.
Mitch Polk.
That got things going for Mukwonago. They actually had a very impressive opening drive here that we're showing you the highlight clips. Nice strong run here.
Timmers, I believe.
Yep, Timmers with the strong run. Timmers, the junior, 6 foot 171. Novotny, the quarterback, on the keep, trying to burn the outside. We're able to penetrate into the red zone on that first drive, and
I think that was Polk again. Yep. Here's Nick Patterson on one of his long runs. I think this one might have been called back with a penalty, but certainly sent a message.
Patterson has had a strong first half here for the Chargers, and once again a good look there at Chase Gorse with a good run there.
Of the year, right?
Coming back from that concussion injury.
Here he is again on the pitch on the option.
And this time,
this is excellent defensive end play. Containing the end and the quarterback and then making him turn back in, and that was Joe Mickelson.
Mickelson along with Mitch Mason up front
again there.
Had a good strong game so far for the Chargers. This is Parrish with one of his few carries tonight.
Right. This is good defense. A little miscue by the quarterback. He gets out of it but can't do much with it. Eventually is tackled.
Another Nick Patterson run here for the Chargers.
I think it's going to be Nick Patterson the rest of the way, probably.
And here's that play.
That punt play, right. Yep. This is really unfortunate. I mean, it's a great opportunity for Hamilton. Unfortunate for Hamilton, or for Mukwonago on how it happened. That's the game. That's part of the game.
Who was in on that play was Nick Patterson. He was blocking the end that time, and
Nick Polk,
forced his
or Mitch Polk,
forced Polk into that football. Novotny again with trouble on that exchange going down.
That's the defensive highlight right there. They really swarm. Those red shirts swarming to the ball really makes a difference. And those hits hurt. That's Mason Madden there. Throw to Patterson, which was out of bounds. It was certainly a good-looking play. Here comes Mitch Polk on the kickoff return. This is good defense again, forcing Novotny to pull up and not able to throw the ball.
So a 14-0 lead and a pair of touchdowns by Nick Patterson, the senior, here at the half.
I think those highlights really, capture the first half. 2-1 on first downs for Hamilton. The rushing yardages are fairly close. Passing yards is insignificant for both of them. So I think the turnovers, one huge turnover led to a touchdown. I think the statistics probably bear out what has happened here. Mukwonago has been able to move the ball, haven't been able to get it in the end zone, and Hamilton has taken advantage of mistakes.
That turnover leading to the first touchdown tonight for Hamilton, and they were able to add one more. A pair of 8-yard runs tonight for Nick Patterson. And that's the scoring here in this first half, a 14-0 lead for the Chargers. Halftime here in Sussex, Wisconsin. We'll step out, 14-0, Chargers in front. This is Thursday Night Lights presented by Wendy's on My 24. Hamilton up by 2 touchdowns here at the half in Sussex, Wisconsin. Beautiful Grove Field here on a great night as we get a look at our leaderboard tonight.
Wow. Well, Nick Patterson's having a good night. 10 yards of crack is pretty good. 2 touchdowns. You can't argue with that. Tyler Ladwig has 5 tackles. He's had a very strong night as well. Dan Timmers and Dan Harrigus also playing very well for Mukwonago. Timmers 2 carries for 31 yards, 15-yard average, and Harrigus has got 5 tackles, as does Ladwig. So it's been more. There have been more players involved in that, of course, but those are the guys who are getting the job done up front and getting the accolades here at halftime.
This season, our leaderboard brought to you by Wisconsin Lutheran College, Academic Excellence, Christian Leadership. Mike McGivern on the sideline. What do you have for us?
Hey guys, I'm here with the principal of Sussex Hamilton, Candace Mogden. The principal. Looks nothing like Sister Margaret Mary from St. Bernard Paul. I'm just saying. Anyway, Candace, thank you so much for stopping by. 50 years at Sussex Hamilton.
That's right. We're celebrating 50 years with our building. On September 30th, it's our homecoming, and we're having building tours followed by our homecoming varsity game. So we're pretty excited.
When do you guys start school? Coming soon.
September 1st. Next week.
Next week. Are you guys ready for it?
We are. This is the best way to start a school year.
I agree. Thank you so much for hosting this and having us out. Mike Goz has done a wonderful job getting this done, so I really appreciate it. Good luck in the school year.
Thank you very much.
Excellent. Thank you. Back up to the booth.
Well, you talk about 50 years, Dick Basham, and for a history of this school, and you can't ignore the namesake of this field, Stan Grove, and what he has meant to the Hamilton Athletic, particularly the football program here at Hamilton.
Well, I think Stan Grove is probably the icon of football at Hamilton High School. When I was coaching at Marquette High School, I had the privilege of playing against him back in the early 80s. We played that's when we weren't in the same conference. We played a home and home. They were very strong at the time. Then in 96, we reorganized the conferences, and then we end up in the same conference together, and Stan coached probably until the early 2000s. Now the field is named after him appropriately, so it's a beautiful facility, as we mentioned earlier. And I'm so happy for Stan that something like that could be done because he deserved it. By the same token, you go to Mukwonago, and their program has been strong for probably the same number of years. And of course, Keith Hensler is a name that's pretty much attached to the history of Mukwonago football, and coached there for probably 20, 25 years. I'm just thinking off the top of my head, but we also had the privilege of playing in them for 8 years in non-conference games in their strongest years at the end of his career. And they won at least one state championship, and I know we're in another game. So both schools know what this game is about. They know it's important to get the school year started off with a good football team.
Back downstairs to Mike McGivern.
Hey guys, I'm here with Bill Schulte, head coach at Mukwonago. 14-0.5. You guys are down. It's a 4-quarter game. You guys are ready to go, I'm sure, for the second half.
It is. We just have to turn the tide here a little bit, and we're emotionally a little down right now. And they had some positive plays. We just have to be a little more resilient in the mentality game here. We get our dauber down, and then we start to make mental mistakes, which turn into physical mistakes, and we just have to get back on track. We've had a lot of positive plays, and we just haven't been able to finish on them.
No doubt. Coach, thanks a lot for stopping by. Good luck the second half. Really appreciate it. Okay. Hey, let's get to a break. Other side of the break, we will get back to Dick Basham and John Weiser.
Pair of Nick Patterson touchdowns for Sussex Hamilton in that second quarter. They lead at 14-0 as we get set for second half play. Big thank you tonight for the great folks at Milwaukee High Lift for helping bring these great pictures to you. They have provided the scissor lift for our cameras tonight. So for any aerial platform need, rental, sales, or service, call the great folks at Milwaukee High Lift or visit them online at MilwaukeeHighLift.com. Also a big thank you tonight to Sukasa 2 here in Sussex. It was a big stampede for the feed here tonight, and we provided by Sukasa 2 some great Mexican food here this evening. And boy, Dick and I,
nobody got hurt.
No, nobody got hurt. Everybody got out of our way, so that was the big thing. But big thank you to Sukasa 2 here in Sussex for feeding the crew here tonight, our great crew here for Thursday Night Lights, our second season here on My 24, presented by Wendy's. Always glad to have you with us on Thursday nights this season for football. Exciting football here tonight. Greater Metro against the Classic 8. And so far Hamilton with the advantage. Okay, here you go now. We talked a little bit about Mukwonago, and you heard Bill Schulte talk about it's a 4-quarter game. Now if you're Hamilton, you got to keep the mo going here.
Well, I think they will. They have every reason to do it. They've as the first half progressed, they got better and better. They took advantage of the situations they were confronted with. Their defense has been able to thwart the offense of Mukwonago in the second quarter. The first quarter, Mukwonago moved the ball, but they weren't able to move it very well in the second quarter. And so now we're going to start over, plus Hamilton gets the ball to start the second half. So I think if Mukwonago needs to come out and establish that they can stop them, 3 and out would be a really good situation for them.
Remza has it teed up to our right on the 40-yard line. Floor and Patterson back deep. Recall it was Patterson last season, that 79-yard touchdown return. That part of that wild end to the ball game a season ago.
Well, both of those returners have 4.6 speed in the 40-yard dash, which means they can really pick them up and lay them down. And so it's very important that Mukwonago gets down and stays in lane and covers.
And we talked about Jordan Remza missing that field goal earlier. He has got a cannon for a foot. I'll tell you what.
I wouldn't be surprised if it went in the end zone here.
We saw him in warm-ups tonight kick 60-yard field goals. Right down the middle.
Right.
So we're just about set. Second half underway. 14-0 lead for the Chargers. They'll get the football first, and the ball will float to Floor.
And Floor will fake the reverse, coming right at you near side across the 15-20. Big hole, 25-30. Out across the 35 to the 37-yard line. 32-yard return out to the 37. Mitch Polk on special teams down to make the tackle for Mukwonago.
Well, I got to give kudos to John D'Amato, the head coach at Hamilton. He coaches the special teams, and they do execute very well. That fake handoff, you could, if we had a wide shot of that, you would see every one of the Mukwonago guys had to stop and wait to see where the ball went before they could continue, and that really probably got them an extra 10 yards.
First and 10 Chargers from their own 37-yard line. And they'll give it. Paris coming around the near side across the 40 and down at the 44-yard line. Able to step up that time.
They're doing a good job of sealing off the inside and being able to get the back around outside the tackle and up the field. If they can keep him running sideways, it'd be a lot better.
Corey Paris, 5'8", 163 on the carry there. Gain of about 6, sets up second down and 4. Again up front for the Chargers, Kepnick, Nitschke, Amuda, King, Gretzinger. Your offensive line for the Chargers. And this is the quarterback on the keep. Judson, big hole up the middle, first down and more into Mukwonago territory. Wrestled down at the 47, Cameron Groves. We've called his name quite a bit tonight, in on the stop for the Indians.
The problem is we're calling his name when he's making a tackle about 6 or 7 yards down the field. Hamilton is really coming off the ball. They're dominating their line of scrimmage. They're firing that fullback up in, and the quarterback is just running that little follow play, and that's good for 7, 8 yards right there.
Another first bank first down for the Chargers at the Mukwonago 48-yard line. Just underway third quarter, 14-0 lead. Here's Patterson, his first carry of the second half. Cuts it back inside, big hole, 35, down to the 30, down to the 25-yard line. Patterson with a strong run, gain of about 24 and a first down.
Again, it's the guys up front that make that play go. I mean, he's obviously a great runner, but you can see the red shirts out there blocking downfield. I don't see any sign of a let-up or a let-down by Hamilton here to start the half.
Strickler, the last man, the safety there, finally brought him down, but a gain of 24 and a first down for the Chargers. They're marching it into the red zone once again. Judson in under center. They'll roll the tight end to the right side. I'll give it to the fullback. This is Patterson, and he is wrestled down almost immediately as he got that ball. Great play out there defensively once again. Tangway and Sisauskis both there stayed home defensively for Mukwonago. Nathan Tangway, the 6'5", 235-pounder, was a tight end last year. So we get a look at the replay of this one, stuffing the fullback, Drew Patterson.
He is right there. Not a fair fight in that one.
Nope, 6'5", 235 against 5'11", 193. Yep. The old bug and windshield right there.
Right.
Loss of 1, second and 11. Mix up in the backfield, and Judson's going to go down. Collision in the backfield. The timing messed up. Jordan Davis, the other defensive end, 5'10", 200-pound junior, was there for Mukwonago as that timing all mixed up in the backfield.
Plus, Mukwonago had 3 guys in the backfield, and that play, even if they had made the clean handoff, I don't think it was going anywhere.
Loss of 4 on the play as we get a look at the replay here. Well, thought we were going to get you a replay.
The end of it, just got the end. But I think maybe smacking Mukwonago in the mouth a little bit did, figuratively speaking, why maybe got their attention here. They seem to be playing a little bit harder right now in this series.
3rd and 14, fake over the middle, going back left side. Ball caught by Floor inside the 10. Nice leaping grab, takes it down to the 7-yard line. Floor with a beautiful catch, gain of 23 and a first down. Strickler and Nixon finally able to bring him down.
Well, that was a terrific throw because Floor was very well covered out there by Remza, the cornerback, but he had his back turned to the ball and you could not see where the ball was. It went right past his head, right there as you'll see. And he was able to make the catch and then continue to run for probably 5 or 6 more yards. That was an excellent execution on offense.
Ball inside the 7-yard line. 1st and goal, Chargers. We'll give it to Patterson, curling left side, spinning at the 5, down to about the 4-yard line. Nick Patterson getting up from the bottom of that pile. Looked like Cameron Groves once again, the junior. 5'10", 190. Very tough, hard-nosed player on defense for the Indians.
Nothing tricky about that play. They've been running it all night, but they are just getting excellent seal at the left tackle position and then being able to kick out the end and turn up the field.
Mike McGivern, what do you have for us?
Number 22, Ty Baling, injured his ankle again for the second time this game. He's out for the rest of the game. Number 22 from Mukwonago.
Right, I mentioned
second
that,
and goal. Paris, I should say, with the carry to the goal line, did not get in, was denied at the 1 yard line, turned away on the play that time by Strickler, right at the 1 yard line. It'll set up third and goal from there.
Well, that's unfortunate for Ty Baling. As I mentioned, he actually sprained his ankle on the opening kickoff. Now he's out. Same play that Patterson just ran, but it's now going to Paris the other way.
Ball just inside the 1. Third and goal for the Chargers.
Well,
offset inverted. Yep. And they'll give it to Patterson. Third touchdown of the night for Nick Patterson, the senior. And it's a 20-0 lead for the Chargers.
Well, that's just brute force. They got too many bodies there that Mukwonago can't possibly stop that right now.
And give credit to that offensive line. Tony Kopnik, Mitch Nitschke, Sophia Amuda, Cody King, Jacob Gretzinger, all doing a nice job up front for the Chargers on that drive as Lowe will attempt the extra point. Judson on the hold, gets it down. It is on the way, and it is good. 21-0 on the opening drive to start this third quarter. Methodically brought down here for the Chargers on their opening drive.
Well, I think they completed one pass. That's certainly sending a message right there.
Patterson now 13 carries, 116 yards, and 3 touchdowns on the evening tonight for the Chargers. And you saw they ran right over that right side. Cody King and Jacob Gretzinger, a pair of returning starters on that offensive line for the Chargers.
Well, along with the tight end, Guman, who's also returning starters. So all three of them have been there before.
Well, does this change your thinking if you're Bill Schulte here now, down 3 scores?
Well, it certainly deflates the idea that you might have had that you could come out and get off to a good start. What they have to decide is how much they want to go away from their running game, because we know that they like to run the ball, but I don't think they can run their way back into the football game. They're going to have to complete some passes. They do have good receivers. They're tall. They can run, although the corners for Hamilton are also pretty good. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here, and if Mukwonago can muster up some offense.
And again, bailing out with that ankle injury, so it'll be Polk and Kleinschmidt, your kickoff returners here, with Kleinschmidt to the near side for Mukwonago. Low, middle of the 40-yard line for the kickoff. This will be a low liner that will skip through, and it will be picked up on the play far side. I believe that's Strickler. And Strickler will take it out of bounds near the Mukwonago bench, out near the 33-yard line. So that's where Mukwonago will get it here midway through this third quarter, trailing now 21-0. Joe Eggert on special teams, able to usher him out.
Well, they just weren't going to give him a chance to run it back. They kicked that low ground ball and forced somebody who's not really returning to pick it up.
So let's see what Mukwonago does here. Their first drive here of this second half, down 3 scores. And Novotny fumbled the football on the exchange. It's loose on the ground. Chargers think they have it, and they do. Not what you wanted to do there. Coming up out of the middle of that pile for the Chargers was Mickelson, Joe Mickelson, on the fumble recovery for the Chargers. Second turnover tonight for Mukwonago.
Well, it appeared that was a counter keep for the quarterback, and he couldn't get the ball out of the fullback's stomach. He had... See what you can see on the replay right here. Puts the ball in. Let's see. It looks like he's trying to get it out so he can run with it, and that's a bad situation now for Mukwonago. That's for sure.
Let's see. They'll open it up. Judson going to go for it all. Going over the middle. Floor there. Makes the catch to the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Why not? You got a team down, might as well take advantage, and that's exactly what Judson did on play action, looking for J.J. Floor, the 6'1", 165-pound split end. First touchdown of the year for the senior.
Well, when I was at practice on Monday, they ran this play several times just like that. And they saved it for the appropriate time, and that's probably your dagger, as they say right there.
Judson able to get that ball down, the extra point on the way, and it is good. 28-0. Sussex Hamilton on top of Mukwonago. And a beautiful pass over the middle, Judson to J.J. Floor. 6'1", 165-pound senior, his first touchdown reception of the year, and for Judson, his second touchdown pass of the year as well. Just, I believe, his third completion of the year.
Right.
2 of them for 6.
Well, you have to give credit to the offense. They have executed very well on it. I'm going to give kudos to Justin Frisky, who is the offensive coordinator out here. Justin was the coach at Pius High School for a few years before he came out here. And I know that John D'Amato is very happy to have him. He has an excellent coaching staff out here. John does special teams. He's not the offensive coordinator. He's not the defensive coordinator. But as he told me at practice the other day, he's got his finger on everything because ultimately the buck stops with him. And I think he's smart in doing that. And both coordinators, Chris Botsford, the defensive coordinator, and Justin Frisky have really done an excellent job.
Well, you listed on the keys to the game tonight, keys to success, make at least one big play on special teams, and if you're going to do one, this would be it right here if you're Mukwonago. Need a lift here.
Yeah, they need, if they've got an ace in the hole, they need to go for it right now.
Polk and Kleinschmidt awaiting the kick.
I don't think they'll kick it deep, though.
Nope. They'll squiv it around, and it will be picked up and covered up immediately by one of the short men, Peter Eischen, a reserve wide receiver, senior 6'3", 190, able to turtle it up at the 31-yard line.
Well, I think it might not be bad for Mukwonago to go deep on him. You know, what do they have to lose? They got tall receivers. They haven't done it tonight. Just take one down and throw a jump ball and see what get lucky.
Yeah, their tight end, Tyler McKeever, is 6'2".
He's out here on the sideline right here, yeah.
Yep. Mitch Polk, 6'1", so maybe try and take advantage of it. Novotny will keep, and he runs right into a defender out across the 33, maybe the 34-yard line before he is drilled right there.
I think that's what he meant to do on the play that they fumbled just a few minutes ago.
Yep. Aaron Zagorski, the junior linebacker that time, with a great open field tackle, gain of 4, second down 6 upcoming for the Indians. They trail 28-0 here in this third quarter. And split either side, Kleinschmidt in motion, and the give is to the fullback, and he is wrestled down for no gain.
Well, they're not going away from the run game, I can see that.
Yeah, the carry that time made by Brandon Lloyd, and Mickelson and Mason both there defensively for the Chargers, and that sets up no gain, 3rd and 6.
So Coach Schulte, you know, he might be saying, okay, we need to establish ourselves. They play the defending state champion next week, so they're going out of from the frying pan into the fire, playing Waukesha West next week, so they need to have their act together for that.
Polk to the far side, McKeever to the near side, Novotny to throw.
There it is.
Looking for McKeever, ball in the air, it is picked off here on the near side. Intercepted by Knuppel, and he returns it back to the 39-yard line. 3rd turnover tonight. First pick of the night for the defense, and it goes to Knuppel for the Chargers.
Well, it was a little bit underthrown. It was excellent defense, but the receiver was behind the defender, but the pass was a little underthrown. He made an excellent interception. He got the ball at the highest point right there.
That was, again, a nice pick there in front of Tyler McKeever, the intended receiver.
And he had 2 touchdown passes last week, so.
And Knuppel with the interception. 3rd turnover tonight by the Indians. Sets up 1st and 10 at their own 40 for the Chargers. Patterson in motion. The give is to the fullback. And that is Drew Patterson, I should say. Joe Quaglieri there to make the stop gain of about 3.
Well, now Hamilton's objective when they get the ball would be to shorten the game. They have enough points to win. Just keep the clock running and get the game over with.
J.J. Floor will come out. Tony Gamina will return in at tight end. Judson in under center. Play action. They'll end it around to the wingman coming around the near side. Paris, big hole. Penalty marker down. Raining penalty flags as Paris will pick up the first down, but this will come back. Cameron Groves able to wrestle him to the turf at the Mukwonago 42-yard line, but this will be coming back for an apparent hold.
Well, they're going to call holding on Nick Patterson out here on the edge. I would like to see a replay, and I thought he did a great job of blocking, but evidently the officials thought he must have had a hold. If it'll be on the picture here or not. No, it's right there. You can't see it. But I did see the play from beginning and end, and thought he did a good job, but obviously he didn't.
Be a 10-yard walk-off from the spot. The spot of the foul at the 44-yard line. Again, in high school, the holding calls from the spot of the infraction. So we'll repeat second down here. Second and about 16 here for the Chargers. Under 5 minutes to go here in this third quarter.
Well, they haven't run a draw play or a screen tonight. It'd be a nice time to do it. It's a safe play. Might have the same effect as a pass.
Second and long.
Counter play.
We'll give it the counter to Anderson here, and Ladwig able to wrestle him down. Actually, Paris the carry, and Ladwig there on the stop for no gain. May have lost a yard.
Yeah, Ladwig is a very good heavyweight wrestler, and wrestlers are usually very good football players. They're good with their hands, and they're good tacklers. And I think he get 2 points for a takedown right there.
Would that be the green armband or the red armband? Which one would that go?
I don't know. Don't ask me those hard questions.
See, I wasn't paying attention when I was in class with Frank Matrice, the longtime wrestling coach down at St. Joe's. That brings back some memories.
There's a name out of the past, right?
3rd and 17. Judson looking to throw. Coming back near side. Patterson there makes the catch. First down. Ushered out in the Mukwonago territory. Late penalty marker down as the defender, Aaron Nixon, I believe, on the stop. Might have been Groves, too. Both were there. Late hit out of bounds. We'll add 15 more as we'll get another look.
Yeah, he added a little bit of mustard on the end of that tackle, and that was not necessary. That's the same play that Patterson caught in the first half, but was out of bounds. This time they had enough room that he could catch it and stay in bounds.
Colin Groves, the guilty party there on the roughing call, out of bounds, clearly on the white that time at the Hamilton bench. So personal foul, 15-yard penalty walked off against Mukwonago. Will push that football back inside the 35-yard line, down to about the 33 for the Chargers.
I think that's a little indication of a little frustration on Mukwonago's side of the field. I understand that it's, but you have to learn to control yourself because it doesn't do you any good.
So with the walk-off, 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. Another first down tonight for the Chargers. Now we got stoppage in play, a timeout taken here by the Chargers. We'll take a break as well with 3:53 to play third quarter. It's been all Hamilton 28-0 on Thursday Night Lights presented by Wendy's on My 24. Our Thursday Night Lights Real Fan Cam presented to you every week by Wendy's. Wendy's, you know when it's real. Wisconsin National Guard, they're getting a workout tonight. 28 push-ups off that last touchdown. We know our guard is in shape tonight.
If not, we're going to get him in shape.
That's right. Start boot camp all over again here.
Well, Hamilton has 85 yards passing here in the second half. They only had 21 the whole first half. So
Lamina, the tight end, rolls to the left side. Patterson in motion, and they give us the counter play. And coming around the far side, got a first-time carry, I believe, tonight. Yep, making the carry is Nick Knoble, 5 of 10, 11, junior, I should say. Jordan Davis was there to make the stop. Knoble, his first carry tonight for the Chargers. We'll probably start seeing some of that substitution here as we continue on here in this second half. 3:20 to go here in this third quarter, and Hamilton dominating here. 3 turnovers committed by Mukwonago tonight. 14 points off of those turnovers. Patterson, the lone man in the backfield. Motion. He'll get the toss. Trying to get the corner on the edge, left side. Has some running room. Lowers the shoulder and goes down inside the 25. Close to a first down. And again, Nick Patterson at 5'10", 177, dropped the shoulder on Remza that time and tried to finish off that run.
Yeah, he doesn't back down from anybody, and Obviously, he's got the speed and the strength to do that. He's 177 pounds, is not huge, but it's a nice size running back, and the faster you go, the more wallop you pack. So he's going to be a problem for a lot of teams this year. There's no doubt about it.
Just shy of the first down, brings up 3rd and inches here.
You know, I mentioned that Mukwonago plays Waukesha West next week. Hamilton matches up with Marquette next week, so that's going to be a good test for them as well.
Judson will keep, cuts it over the middle, first down inside the 25, down to about the 20-yard line, pickup of 4. Brandon Lloyd, the senior linebacker, able to make the stop.
First and 10 for the Chargers.
Just that quarterback keep that time.
He just rides a fullback, takes the ball, follows him up the field. Good hard run by the quarterback. He's not very big, 5'9", 172.
Well, sets up 1st and 10 for the Chargers.
Hamilton's doing just what they want. They're running the clock, staying in bounds.
Drew Patterson on the carry inside the 15, stood up and dropped about the 13-yard line. Gain of about 7 on the play. Brandon Lloyd, the senior linebacker, once again making the stop. One of 4 starters coming back on that defense for the Mukwonago Indians. Ladwig and Tangway, the other 2 starters up front. Strickler, the other starting linebacker.
Matt Judson has to be in good shape because he runs over to the sideline and gets the play every time.
Go right up the middle once again and moving the pile forward, picking up the first down inside the 10. That was again Drew Patterson. Groves making the tackle there, but Patterson able to finish it off for the first down, it appears.
Fullback right, straight ahead, nothing fancy.
Drew Patterson, the younger brother of Nick Patterson, 5'11", 193, a sophomore. 440 squats, 275-pound power clearing. Wow.
That's for a sophomore, that is excellent, and he's not the biggest guy in the world either.
1st and goal from the 9. Judson rolling to his right, now upfield, and he's going to struggle and lose yardage back at the 11-yard line. Ran right into Cameron Groves once again, leading the tackle for Mukwonago along with Tangway.
A lot of white shirts there. That's really good defensive flow that time from Mukwonago. We haven't seen a lot of that tonight, but that's...
Get a look at this one here on the rollout that time by Judson.
To his right. Good job of turning the play in, and there they are, about 4 of them to mop up.
And the Chargers trying to eat up as much clock here as they possibly can late here in this 3rd quarter, facing a 2nd and goal. Ball spotted back at the 11-yard line. Judson in under center. Fakes to Nick Patterson, fakes to Drew Patterson, gives to Nick, trying to get his 3rd touchdown of the night. To the pylon.
Bingo.
And touchdown, Chargers. Late signal by the line judge on that far side, but Patterson, his 3rd touchdown tonight. And the Chargers in full command here, 34-0.
Just got inside the pylon here. Nice block out there by Paris to get in the corner, and then he just danced down the sideline and got it in there.
Floor also running some interference on that sideline to keep the safety off of Nick Patterson. 3rd touchdown tonight, 4th of the season. Judson on the hold for Kenny Lowe on the extra point. And it's up and good.
Well, this game is not going to be won in the last minute. We can say that for sure.
Patterson tonight, 15 carries, 134 yards,
9 yards a carry.
Yep. In his home debut tonight for Sussex Hamilton, 35-0. So we will see a continuous clock here in this later stages of this 3rd quarter. Now we'll get a good look at how in shape our National Guard is. Going to do 35 push-ups here tonight. I'm not sure that
Frosty's
not doing so well. No.
Oh, he's doing one-handers though. Got to give him credit. What's that?
Well, again, the Chargers did not get off the throttle here in this second half.
Right.
They were able to take the opening second half kickoff, march it in and score. They take advantage of a couple of turnovers here in the second half, cash those in. 21 points off turnovers tonight for the Chargers. And
that's the way the game's played, you know. If you take advantage of other teams' mistakes, most likely things are going to go your way.
Kleinschmidt to the near side, Polk to the far side, awaiting the Kenny Lowe kick. They'll just drill this one into the turf. Again, it'll bounce around, and we picked up by medium back. He'll get it out to the 30-yard line. Went through the first wave.
24.
And that would be on the carry that time. Jason Strickler, Mickelson on the special teams, able to cover him up near the 30-yard line. So it'll be a continuous clock that will roll out our third quarter here in Sussex tonight. It's been all the Hamilton Chargers thus far. 35-0. Hamilton on top as we come to the end of our third quarter, our second week of Thursday Night Lights presented by Wendy's on My 24. 35-0 lead Hamilton as we head into the fourth right after this. All Hamilton here through the first three quarters, 35-0 as we get set for the start of our fourth quarter with Dick Basham and Mike McGivern. John Weiser back with you at Grove Field. There you get a look at Patterson's numbers tonight. 15 carries, 139 yards, 4 touchdowns for the senior Patterson. Our leaderboard tonight brought to you by Wisconsin Lutheran College, Academic Excellence, Christian Leadership. As we open up fourth quarter on the carry for Mukwonago, Timmers. Schiedemeyer there to make the stop defensively for Hamilton.
That's probably the most consistent play that they've run tonight. It's that little.
So we get a look at this one more time.
Play off the motion right there. You see the 42 steps out of one tackle and gets 8-yard gain.
2nd and 2 for Mukwonago. Novotny rolling left. Going to dump it off left side. Nearly picked off. It's dropped incomplete. Kyle Schiedemeyer, the senior, another returning starter in that linebacking core, broke that one up. Late penalty marker in the backfield, though. We'll see what we've got here.
I think he roughed the passer, and he's lucky he didn't get it intercepted because there was 2 guys there on coverage in that throw. Went out the shotgun and tried to get him rolled out to the left.
Cody Novotny coming in, 20 carries, 71 yards as a quarterback. Was 4 of 5, 151 yards and 3 touchdowns last week versus Badger. Roughed up there, so it'll be a penalty on the defense. We get a look at the replay here. Maybe we can see what happened following the pass.
It's outside right there.
Oh, yeah.
Joe Eggert, probably a little bit of extra on that. Probably wasn't a good idea.
Little push in the mush that time by Eggert. Good play up the middle inside the 35 on the pass completion to Alex Kleinschmidt, the senior. Dan Demler there to make the stop.
Right there. Yeah, that was it. It was open. The ball was thrown on time, right on the money. On the move.
Kleinschmidt, 5'7", 150. Another quick back, 4.65, 40.
You know what interests me about him? He's a violin player. Not a lot of football players playing the violin. That's great to see that.
Cody Novotny from shotgun with time. Over the middle, and it's incomplete, looking for Timmers on a slant. Overthrown that time. Brandon Bryant was there defensively for the Chargers.
Yeah, just a little overthrown, and Timmers was and didn't quite get his head around quick enough to find the ball.
Again, we're in a continuous clock here for this fourth quarter with a 35-point lead for Hamilton. They will send a Polk out to the left side. McKeever lined up here to the near side. Looking left, Novotny nowhere to go. Going to scramble, and he's going to be dropped. May have gotten a yard. Might have been Eggert in there again one more time. Check that. Zagorski on the linebacker on that inside play that time as we get another look. Protection.
Yeah, I think he pulled down a little bit too quick. His first receiver was covered, but he did have another receiver out on the other side of the field. But that'll come with experience. He panicked a little bit, I think, on that one.
3rd and 9 here for Mukwonago. Ball just shy of the 31-yard line. Novotny going to swing it out to his running back, makes the catch. That's Madden, and Madden breaks a tackle up the middle inside the 15, down to about the 13-yard line. Madden with a big gain, first down for the Mukwonago Indians. Burnside there to bring him down.
Yeah, that's number 42, the fullback, flaring out into the flat. Nice catch, breaks the tackle, gets up the field. And that's one of the better plays that they've executed tonight. They've been executing much better here lately.
They'll spot it just short of the 10-yard line. Gain of 28 on the play. Novotny from shotgun with time. Now scrambles. On the chase, looking to throw. Back of the end zone. Driving attempt incomplete. Was looking for Polk cutting across the back line of that end zone. And Novotny, that's one of the tough throws for a quarterback, rolling right, throwing right. And credit Polk for at least getting a hand on it that time for the Indians.
Well, Novotny did a really good job of getting outside and buying himself some time. Polk's initial move was into the middle of the end zone. He reversed his field and came to the corner, and he actually was quite open, but I think the momentum of quarterback running to the right carried the ball out of his reach.
2nd down, 10. Ball at the 11-yard line. From shotgun, Novotny sends a man in motion to the near side. Rolling right, penalty marker down. Going to throw back of the end zone. Ball is caught by Polk in the end zone, but this one may be coming back for a motion call here.
I think so. Yeah, that's too bad.
Burnside was defending on the play on Polk, but the touchdown taken off the board as we get a look at this.
Movement in the backfield before the ball was snapped, but this was a terrific throw and an even better catch right there. And that's Mitch Polk. He's really had a great night from Mukwonago, I think.
It's a motion call here against Mukwonago, and I believe the man in motion coming to the near side may have cut upfield a step or a count too soon, if you will.
The rule says you have to be going parallel to or away from the line of scrimmage, and if you lean in, why, then that's a penalty.
Moves the football back to the 16-yard line. 2nd and 15 here for Mukwonago. As we said, a couple of tough conference openers for each squads next week. Mukwonago taking on reigning Division I champ Waukesha West. Hamilton will battle Marquette in the Greater Metro opener. Novotny with time, going to go over left side. Polk caught, touchdown. No, check that. That was McKeever, the senior, 6'2", 177. His 3rd touchdown of the season.
I think we're going to get a penalty for a late hit after the catch in the end zone, which would be enforced on the kickoff.
What a nice throw by Novotny there.
This was an excellent throw. Again, in traffic, I think that hit right there by number 7 is probably going to cost him a penalty.
A dead ball, personal foul on Hamilton.
And against Jake Mueller.
Yep.
Personal foul against the Chargers.
He forced on the kickoff, I believe. So Mukwonago looks like they're going to go for 2, perhaps. Looks like it.
That's optimistic.
They will go for the 2-point conversion. They'll swing McKeever out to the left side. Bring it back in motion near side, and Novotny with time. Buys some time. Throws it corner of the end zone. Had the man there, but was out of bounds. I believe Kleinschmidt made the catch, but his foot was out of bounds when he came down with the football. So it remains 35-6 with just over 6.5 minutes to go. Novotny throwing the touchdown pass to Tyler McKeever, the senior receiver.
Here's the replay on the extra point. Shotgun rolling to the right, trying to get some time. Let him right there, but you can see he was out of bounds.
Kleinschmidt knew it, too. He just simply ran out of real estate with Burnside on the defense that time. Credit Burnside, though. He was shadowing him, pushed him to that boundary, forced him to step out of bounds.
Well, that's one of those high percentage plays where you're on the edge of the field and either you catch it or nobody catches it. but you have to be in bounds in order to make that work.
Well, with the touchdown, that will stop the continuous clock here with 6:36 to go here in the fourth quarter. And again, because of that personal foul penalty, that'll move the kickoff up to the 45 of the Chargers. And now, if you're Bill Schulte, you want
kick.
Yeah, I was just going to say, maybe you want to practice your onside kick here.
Yeah, I think if I was in that position, that's what I would do.
Our third member of the crew, Mike McGivern, what do you have?
Hey guys, you know, some people have great titles. He's Paul Fix, Director of Promotions, Director of Fun. He's the man, the babe, the boy. He's got a couple things to talk about here.
Well, we're taking photos of all the high school action every week, and we're putting those photos on my24milwaukee.com, also on our Facebook page. We're encouraging everybody in the stands, around the building, everywhere, take your pictures and download them, and like us on Facebook and join in the fun. I also brought a buddy of mine, Rick from Sukasa 2. He hooked us up earlier with some yummy food. So
I've had a couple of dinners at your restaurant. Awfully good, really good food, in fact.
Well, I'm glad you like it. It looks like you have. I just want to say, would love to have every family out before and after the game because we got a great family atmosphere. And please come on down and go Chargers.
Go Chargers! Excellent, guys. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Let's get to a break. Other side of the break, we'll get back to the booth with John Weiser and Dick Basham.
(35-6) Chargers on top of the Indians. Indians able to get it in the end zone here late in this fourth quarter. Penalty on the play, so it'll bring up a kickoff from the Charger 45, a potential onside kick here by Remza, the kicker.
The ball has to go 10 yards before Mukwonago can touch it. 10 yards and touch the ground.
Try and chip it inside the 20. It's going to roll and still on the ground. Did it make it out of bounds? Let's see.
Well, I think he touched it before it went out, so they'll get the ball right where it went out.
Paris was over there on the receiving team, and he'll down it at the 11-yard line is where they will mark it there for the Chargers. A big ball game next week, Dick. We got Classic 8 opener next week.
Right. Catholic Memorial at Waukesha South, a crosstown rivalry, and both teams wanting to get off to a good start. Memorial won their first game. Waukesha South wasn't able to win their first game. They're both playing tomorrow night. But we're looking forward to it. We haven't had either one of them on any of our games. Neither one of them were on last year, so it's a chance for them to show what they can do.
A new quarterback in there now. That it's Mark Griskovich, I should say. Griskovich, a 6'1 junior in at quarterback now for the Chargers. Mike Berg in there defensively for Mukwonago, able to make the play. Again, we want to remind you that Thursday Night Lights is available streaming live online. Log on to my24milwaukee.com and click on the Thursday Night Live link. Thursday Night Lights link, I should say. You can also find our complete game schedule, watch archive videos of our games, and even post your own photos on the my24milwaukee.com. You heard our great Mr. Fix-It man, Paul Fix, talk about it prior to that break. Pitch coming near side. On the carry, I believe that is Burnside. Nope, check that, number 8, Ryan Zagorski with the carry. Colin Groves on the tackle defensively for Mukwonago. Nothing fancy there.
Just a little toss play to the left, student body left.
Zagorski, a 5'7 senior, 162-pounder.
You won't see Hamilton do anything too fancy here. They just keep the ball moving down the field, try to get some first downs, and run the clock.
Griskevich, the quarterback. They're just going to hand it off as they try and work the right side.
Nick Knable, I believe.
Yep, Knable. His second carry tonight. Brandon Lloyd able to bring him down short of the first down, so a 3-and-out for the Chargers here, but more importantly, running some clock here, under 5 minutes to go as we get a look at this one. Just a simple toss to the right side.
Same play the other way. I don't know. Have we seen? They have punted, I guess, once or twice first half. It's been so long since they did. I was thinking they hadn't punted yet.
Got a timeout taken here by Mukwonago, stopping play with 4:47 to go. Mike McGivern once again on the sideline.
Hey guys, thanks a lot. Here with Jay Christensen from Mukwonago High School. Jay, what do you do at Mukwonago?
Mike, I'm the head of the guidance department.
And you guys open up when? When does school start?
School kicks off next Thursday.
head of the guidance department, your goal is to get kids to take a look at what their future is going to be. When do you start talking to these kids?
The day they walk in the door.
Freshman year.
You bet. We start talking about success in high school, if they're going to be successful beyond. So we start talking to them right away.
Jay, thanks a lot for being here. I appreciate it. Good luck to the JV basketball team at Mukwonago.
You bet. And the girls golf team, too.
There you go. Back to you boys at the booth.
All right, Mike, thank you very much. 4th down here and a punt for the Chargers as Polk
nice kick.
Will have to drift back and let this one hit the turf, and he'll get out of the way, and he'll roll out of bounds at the 34-yard line. Great punt that time.
Aaron Muschel, that is an outstanding kick.
Muschel.
He's been very effective tonight, boy.
So Mukwonago will take over, and we'll spot it just inside the 35-yard line here with 4:47 to go in the contest. We talk about that Classic 8 here in just a moment. CW18 is TV to talk about, and starting this fall, Tina Fey and Alec Baldwin bring the laughs every weeknight on 30 Rock. Catch the Emmy Award-winning 30 Rock at 5:30 and 9:30, 5 days a week. Right here on starting September 19th on Milwaukee CW18. Mukwonago getting a good run here. First down out to the 45-yard line.
We have a new quarterback in the game. It's Matt McCartan. He's a junior. Probably in line to be the quarterback next year.
So you get a look at Bill Schulte on the sideline for Mukwonago. And
hey guys, here with Dan Dodens from Gordy Boucher. The mic didn't work very well in the first quarter. I told him that I would make it all better. So here we go. Tell us a little bit about Gordy Boucher and some of the things you guys are doing.
Gordy Boucher is very happy to be involved with the Scholar Athlete of the Week, and they do their involvement every week, every year, helping out a kid that's a good athlete and whatever else. They're also very good at selling cars. It's a great time to buy a car with 0% and big rebates.
There you go. You can't beat Gordy Boucher. Thank you very much. Back to the booth.
Mike McGivern, the king of making it all better, let me tell you.
It's a tough job he's got down there, isn't it?
Yes. Option here by the quarterback, McCartan.
McCartan keeps it. Right.
Yep, able to keep it upfield, get the first down inside the 42-yard line. Evan Leiben there to make the stop defensively for the Chargers, as both teams now into their second and third units.
Yeah, I took the words right out of my mouth. You're going to see a lot of guys shuttling in and out, trying to get a couple plays. It's parents' night here at Hamilton, and mom and dad get a chance to see their son on the field.
McCartan in under center. Sends a man in motion. Timmers to the far side, looking left. Going to throw left, looking for Timmers, and overleads incomplete. Back there defensively was Lauren Hesselgrave, the defensive back for the Chargers.
A little roll to left, and the receiver went down and did a corner route, which means down the field and breaks at a 45-degree angle to the outside. He did have position on the defender, but it's a tough throw to complete, and it wasn't quite there.
McCartan, a junior, 6'1", 160 pounds. He'll work from shotgun here on 2nd and 10. Jumping into the neutral zone, the Chargers in a 5-yard walk-off. Well, we want to talk about that Classic 8. There'll be a new team coming into that conference next year with realignment. Indian Trail Academy coming into the Southeast Conference. Muskego moving from the Southeast to the Classic 8. And Pius moving out of the Classic 8.
Right, and on top of that, the Classic 8 has 4 new head coaches this year. Pius, Kettle Moraine, Arrowhead, and Waukesha North all have new coaches.
Madden on the direct snap that time, able to take it inside the 25-yard line for the first down. Brandon Pullman on the stop as we look at the Wildcat here.
1st and 10 from the Charger 25.
Nice play right up the middle. A lot of room to run. And Mason Madden getting a few yards now here at the end of the game.
Good enough for a first down to the Charger 25-yard line. 3:15 to play here in this contest. And again, McCartan on the keep, up the middle and wrapped up. Good gain that time as Brandon Pullman there finally brought him down, but a pickup of about 7, maybe 8 on the play by McCartan, the quarterback.
Just puts the ball in the back's belly and then pulls it out. Back turns back, gets a block. Got sandwiched between 2 tacklers there, but got about 5 or 6 yards, 8 yards to be exact.
2nd and a long 2 here for Mukwonago. If it's the way things stand here, they'll fall to 1-1. They've got Waukesha West. Is that pass broken up, incomplete? That was nearly intercepted, maybe a pick six out there by Sean Wilson. Wilson, the junior, 5'7", 200-pound linebacker. Had a Christmas present nearly wrapped up there.
He'll be dreaming about that one tonight. Boy, what it could have been. I could have run that for a touchdown. Hit him right in the hands.
Pass intended for Peter Eischen, the wide receiver over there on the left side. He is split to the left side on this play. Polk here to the near side. Again, they'll direct snap. Mason again, or I should say Madden on the carry.
Mason Madden.
Mason Madden. I'll get it right.
Say that fast about 5 times.
He'll pick up the first down inside the 15, down to about the 12-yard line. Brandon Bryant finally wrestled him down as we get a look at this one here again. Just a direct snap to the running back that time, working the right side.
Nothing very fancy.
McCartan from shotgun.
Got a little mismatch in size out here between Mitch Polk and that cornerback.
Movement again up front by the Chargers. Looked like that right defensive end may have popped the neutral zone that time.
Well, these guys don't get a lot of playing time. They're running the other team's plays during the week as a scout team. It's just one of the necessary things that has to happen in a football organization, and now they're pretty anxious to get in and make something happen and get the coach's attention, so you can't blame them for that.
McCartan trying the left side inside the 5, wrestled down to the goal line. He's in. Touchdown, Mukwonago.
That's a nice run.
Good strong
fake to
run.
The fullback, pull the ball, and follow your blocking off the left side.
He refused to go down. McCartan, his first touchdown rushing the football this year. As we get a look at this one.
Looks like Mukwonago's got a good quarterback in the wings as well.
Good cutback there at the hash mark.
Right. Nice downfield blocking as well.
Again, they will go for 2 here, trailing 35-12. McCartan rolling right. Looks, delivers, back of the end zone. Nice. 2-point conversion, beautiful. That was Polk, the senior, on the reception for the 2-point conversion. Pulls it to a 35-14 ball game with 1:54 to go.
Let's count them off, Indians fans.
So for Polk,
he's had a good night.
Yeah, he has. Special teams tonight, he had that nice return.
He's an excellent punter. He's an excellent receiver. He had an unfortunate situation on that one punt that hit him, but that's, you really can't blame him for that. I think he's really had an outstanding game tonight.
Good poise there by McCartan. Good patience
right.
to wait for his man to cut through that
exactly.
time. Come through the traffic in the back of that end zone for the 2-point conversion.
He's got a lot of spunk, and he's shown me some good skills. I think he certainly could be maybe even be a factor at that position before the year's over.
And they'll have Corey Paris back returning this kick. Looks like Demler also back there for the Chargers, and will they get a chance to return it here? Thinking Mukwonago might. They tried that little chip shot of a onside kick on that last kickoff that came from the Charger 45. Let's see what they attempt here.
Well, I don't think they'll kick it deep. They haven't anyway.
This is Timmers on the kickoff this time for Mukwonago rather than Remza. So Timmers with the run up. And again, he's just going to try a little chip shot, and it's going to float out of bounds. We'll put the football at the 35-yard line for the Chargers here to run out the clock here tonight. Well, 3 turnovers tonight by Mukwonago. 14 points off of those turnovers, capitalized by the Chargers. Good, strong performance by Nick Patterson tonight. 4 touchdowns for Patterson.
The Hamilton defense played very well.
Yes, they did.
Chargers ball, first and 10 from their own 35.
That's a tough combination to beat when your running back is having a good night and your defense is stopping the other team. It's pretty hard to muster any kind of score and make it competitive.
Once again, it'll be Griskevich at quarterback, 6'1", 165, replacing Judson tonight.
Probably the quarterback of the future for Hamilton.
Knoble on the carry, gets it out across the 35, maybe the 38-yard line. Brandon Lloyd there to make the stop.
Watching Griskevich in practice this week, and he throws. He's a little taller than Jordan, and he throws a nice ball.
Stay with that toss sweep. Keep it between the numerals.
I said Jordan, I meant Judson.
So a 2-0 start for Hamilton heading into their game next week against Marquette. That should be a dandy.
That should be a good game.
Two teams get after it.
Hamilton's firing on all cylinders. Their special teams, their defense, their offense, everything's going well for them.
Zagorski on the carry, and he was turned into a football sandwich there on the sideline. Sonnenberg there, along with Nixon, as we get a look at the replay here.
Just a toss to the left right there. There it is, just as you said, a sandwich.
Unfortunately, could not stay in bounds, and so stops the clock with 1:07 to play. Sets up 3rd and long, 3rd and about 8 here for the Chargers as the hometown Sussex fans here tonight have something to celebrate.
This is a good opportunity for these young men that are playing right now. They're also probably going to play each other again on Saturday in a JV game.
Noble wrestled down inbounds near the 40-yard line. Good job of staying in bounds there.
This is kind of a reward for during the week when they're asked to run the other team's plays and be what you call the scout team. It's not glamorous, but it's something that's really important in getting your number one offense, number one defense ready to play a game that you can assimilate what the other team does. And as a former coach, I can tell you that's a very important role, but it's not very glamorous.
Mukwonago takes a timeout here on 4th and 5. They'll be with you in Waukesha next Thursday night. Catholic Memorial and Waukesha South. In week 3 of our Thursday night lights lineup. Should be a good one there. Classic 8 opener for both schools. Catholic Memorial, Bill Young, program guy.
Had a chance to coach against Bill Young for many years when Marquette and Catholic Memorial were in the same conference. The old Metro Conference, as it was called then, and some Catholic Conference before that. And we had some outstanding games with them. It was fun.
Chargers will punt here. Polk standing at the 25-yard line as they'll do the spread punt trick once again. It'll be an end-over-end kick.
Very effective.
Polk will run up, try and make the Chargers think he was going to return it, but it will be down to the 33. We do have a penalty marker down here.
I didn't see what the penalty was there.
Might have been a low block here, perhaps.
Blocked it all the waist, maybe?
Yep. Well, we may have someone getting the rest of the night off here. Let's see.
I didn't see...
the way the official was describing it to the referee here, I saw a thumb come up like maybe somebody's going to be...
Maybe somebody took a swing at somebody at the end of the play. I didn't see that.
I did not either. Maybe we might get a replay here. Let's see. Sure. I think.
Well, that would be unfortunate. You certainly don't want to get ejected from the game at this point in time. There's no point in doing that, getting yourself in that kind of a situation.
There might be a double penalty here, maybe offsetting personal foul calls, perhaps.
Dead ball, personal foul on Mukwonago.
Yep. So Mukwonago penalized here.
I didn't see what the infraction was, but
it was while the ball was in the air. It happened right here on the sideline, and I'm sure, like I said, if it was a low block on one of the gunners coming down.
The only thing I could think of is if he had for some reason signaled a fair catch, you cannot block after you, if you make the signal, you can't block. That might have been what happened. I don't know why he would have signaled fair catch.
Half the distance to the goal.
So this will be a half the distance to the goal penalty, which will move it to the 12-yard line. 1st and 10, Mukwonago there. 42 seconds to go. Hamilton in full control here. And they'll just run it up the middle.
Quarterback sneak.
And quarterback sneak that time. Wilson there to make the stop.
14 ball carrier. Donnie Gruber.
There's Robbie Gruber now in a quarterback. Getting here. Mukwonago will snap it one more time here and officially put this one to bed here in Sussex tonight. The Hamilton Chargers in dominant fashion tonight as Gruber will run, stay in bounds, and that will do it. As Burnside able to make the tackle on Gruber. And the clock will run out, and the Chargers go to 2-0 as they dispatch Mukwonago here tonight by a final of 35-14. And Nick Patterson tonight with 4 touchdowns for the Chargers. Chargers take advantage of 3 takeaways tonight en route to the 35-14 victory to go to 2-0. Mukwonago will fall to 1-1 on this season and staring at the defending state champion for their conference opener next week.
That's a big hill to climb, that's for sure. They need to have a positive week of practice, try to build on the things they did well. They did do quite a few good things here tonight. They just couldn't string them together and get a drive going other than the first couple times they had the ball. They need to be more consistent. I think their defense probably needs to be tweaked a little bit, and it's a long way to go, and hopefully they'll bounce back next week and account well for themselves and have a successful season.
We talked about the running game for Hamilton. They had to replace Aaron Clinton Earl from a season ago, and I think they've got a very able replacement in Nick Patterson.
Well, yeah, he's fun to watch. He's an outstanding player. He does everything. He returns kicks, he returns punts, he plays cornerback. He's an outstanding running back. He's got a lot of good players to play with. They have good receivers to stretch the field for him. And I think they're going to be fun to watch. I think a good test for them will be how they'd stack up against Marquette next week.
Got the game day trophy, and let's send it down to Mike McGivern.
Come on in. Hey, guys, first of all, Coach, well done. I want to present the Wisconsin National Guard winning poster here for you to take back with you. And David Ford to give you the trophy.
Coach, thanks for an exciting evening of football here in Sussex. It was a pleasure to be here, and there's the trophy for winning Thursday Night Lights here in Sussex. Congratulations.
Thank you, David. I appreciate it. Appreciate the coverage.
David, I got to tell you, Coach, that was really impressive to me. Listening to the guy that I had on the other side, they thought they were going to wear you down. That did not happen. You guys wore them down a little bit. That was really, really impressive. Well done.
Well, our kids work hard. You know, they worked hard in the offseason for games like this. So the credit goes to the players. It was a 4-quarter battle, and they came out on top.
So start conference next week against Marquette. Boys, how you guys going to do next week? Same thing. Congratulations. Well done. Let's go back up to you.
John D'Amato and the Happy Chargers tonight with the 35-14 victory to 2-0 on the year, and certainly turned some heads here tonight, knocking off a very, very strong Mukwonago program. They just out-physicaled them at the line of scrimmage, and the team speed for the Chargers, I think, tonight a little too much for Mukwonago.
They left no doubt. They're an excellently coached, well-drilled team. They're very confident right now, and rightfully so. And next week will be a good test. Whoever wins that game is certainly going to have a leg up, I think, in the conference race in the Greater Metro.
And we'll take a break. We'll be back with more of our post-game wrap-up from Sussex after this. Chargers a victory on My 24. Hamilton over Mukwonago tonight, 35-14 our final score tonight. Nick Patterson with 4 touchdowns to lead the way for Sussex Hamilton. They take advantage of 3 takeaways tonight in the turnover category, and dispatch of Mukwonago to go to 2-0 on the year. Mukwonago falling to 1-1 as we get a look at the final stats.
Well, I think the stats tell the story. Mukwonago, a lot of their yardage was late in the game when it didn't matter, whereas Hamilton's really did matter. You also see that 91 yards passing, which was an effective second half especially. Overall, they did control the game. They took advantage of those 3 turnovers, and I don't think there's any doubt probably who was the better team tonight.
Yeah, and those 3 turnovers, 2 of those in the second half, led to touchdowns for Hamilton tonight that really put the game out of reach at that point, made it a 28-0 and 35-0 on successive scores off those turnovers.
Well, that first drive at the second half when they received the kickoff, and within 7 or 8 plays they were in the end zone and really forced it right down. There wasn't any trick plays. There weren't any long passes. I think they established that they weren't going to have a letdown, and that's the kind of second half it was going to be, and that's the kind of half it was.
Well, Patterson tonight, Nick Patterson with 4 touchdowns. He's downstairs with Mike McGivern.
Hey guys, I got to tell you something. For the coaches show that I do on Sports Radio 1250, I talked to Coach John DeMond and I said, hey John, I need who's your student athlete? Who's the guy that I should be talking to as the First Bank Financial Center student athlete? And he didn't pause. And he said, Nick Patterson. I said, what kind of football player is he? He said, man, you're going to see how good he is on Thursday. 4 touchdowns today. 4 touchdowns. Congratulations, Nick. Well done.
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah.
It was a good game. Great blocking by the offensive line. Wingbacks, fullback, my little brother, all of them. Great job blocking, and it's easy to run behind when there's big holes.
Yeah, no doubt. You play both sides of the ball. What do you prefer?
Oh, offense. I like offense better. Defense is there. We had a couple more guys rotating on their big receivers, but I like offense a lot more.
You like getting your hands on the ball a little bit?
Oh,
yeah. No doubt. Nick Patterson is a kid who does really well in the classroom, and trust me, if you get a chance, go back and look at the tape tonight. He does really well on the field as well. Congratulations, big game next week. Start conference with Marquette. Good luck with those boys.
Thank you. It'll be a big one. Start off conference with a win, hopefully. We're right here between the hedges, so we're looking forward to bringing them in.
Excellent. Get to the bus or get to the locker room. I'll talk to you on Saturday.
Thank
Good
you.
to see you.
Have a good one.
Hey, Nick Patterson is going to be the Student Athlete of the Week on Sports Radio 1250 on our coaches show on Saturday. Boys, back to you at the booth.
Well, what doesn't Nick Patterson do? He wins the Student Athlete Award here tonight. 4 touchdowns, leading his team to victory here this evening. He's a 4-sport athlete, Dick. And what's amazing is to be so good at those 4 sports. I mean, he's an excellent sprinter and track, and a great basketball player, a good baseball player, and football player as well.
Well, he's a gifted young man. You can tell by the interview he's also very humble and doesn't take it for granted, which is really refreshing to see. But that's a long season. They have a long way to go, and they're certainly off to a good start. And I know they'll be sky high. They are playing Marquette here on their home field, and this is a good venue to play in. I know that when I was coaching at Marquette, we always enjoyed coming out here, and fortunately, we were able to get out of here most of the time with a win. So it'll be a real good test for both teams. But win or lose, it's only the first game. They still have 6 games to go, and most teams, their first goal is to win the conference championship, but if they can't do that, then you want to make sure you qualify for the playoffs. You have to win 4 games in order to do that.
Well, that leads us to our Wisconsin National Guard Player of the Game Award tonight for both teams, and we'll start first with Mukwonago and Mitch Polk tonight.
Well, Mitch Polk is an outstanding player, and I think he showed that tonight in a lot of different ways. He's their punter, and he had one for 60 yards close to the end of the first half. He also returned a kickoff to midfield. He had several good catches on the field. He's a good blocker, and he just had that one unfortunate play where he was blocking on a punt return, and the ball hit his leg, and Hamilton was able to recover it and then ultimately get a touchdown. But I thought he had an excellent game and is a very, very good player.
Senior Mitch Polk, the Mukwonago High School Player of the Game, and of course our Player of the Game from Hamilton tonight.
Well, yeah, that's Nick Patterson, as we just saw a few minutes ago, and there isn't anything that he doesn't do. I don't think he mows the field. I guess that's probably about it. But he does it in the classroom. He does it in the weight room. He does it on the track. He does it on the basketball floor. He does it on the football field. And in the summer, when there's nothing to do, he decides to play baseball. So you can win a lot of games with players like that, and hopefully he'll stay healthy and have a great season.
Nick Patterson from Hamilton, Mitch Polk from Mukwonago, our Players of the Game, brought to you by the Wisconsin National Guard. Chargers with the win here tonight at home by a final of 35-14 over Mukwonago. Back from our final break with a final word from Grove Field right after this. Hamilton Chargers go to 2-0 tonight with a 35-14 victory over Mukwonago. The Indians falling to 1-1 on the season. Both teams facing tough conference openers next week. In the Greater Metro Conference, Chargers taking on the Marquette Hilltoppers, a team we saw in Week 1, and Mukwonago the unenviable task of taking on defending Division I state champion, the Wolverines from Waukesha West.
Well, they'll both teams will have their hands full, and as far as the Marquette-Hamilton game, I having seen both of them play, I think it's going to be a very good match. They're both effective offensively and defensively, and they both take special teams seriously, and so all phases of the game, that could be a good matchup.
Next week, we're in Waukesha. Waukesha South playing host to Catholic Memorial. Next Thursday night at 7, the Thursday Night Lights presented by Wendy's here on My 24. For our entire crew, Mike McGivern, Dick Basham, John Weiser, thanks for watching, everyone. From Sussex tonight, Hamilton a winner, 35-14 over Mukwonago. For all of us at My 24, good night, everyone.